All right, I just started stream. Hopefully it started correctly. I'm going to share the link a few places and then we can chat Smash speculation because we have about 12 hours left until we get the final we get Challenger Pack 11, we get the final character revealed to us. So let me just share the link a few places and we can speculate some Smash for the last time for a long time. The last time we're going to be able to speculate Smash Ultimate. So just give me a second to share the link a few places, and we can go from there. People are jumping in chat. All right, what's up, guys? Yeah, we're about 12 hours away. So here we go. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna enjoy the next 12 hours. Last time we can speculate Smash characters for quite a while, probably. So just give me a second. I'm just sharing the link a few places, like I said before, and then I will pay attention to chat. And I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with this live stream. I have I might create an arena from just in Smash, and I might just spectate it so I can talk to chat and speculate characters, and we can just have Smash playing in the background. Or I could share my screen because there's a few tweets and stuff that happened from Sakurai that I kind of want to discuss. But maybe I'll just jump back and forth from that. But yeah, let me just share this link a couple other places, and we can speculate some Smash Brothers. All right. Okay, share it there. Shared it here. And I shared it there. All right, that's everyone wanted to share it. Okay, what's up, everybody? Okay, people jumping in chat. Cool. I see Crash Bandicoot. I see Master Chief. I see lots of characters. Yeah, so like I said, I'll probably just create a Smash arena. So why don't I do that right now? So when I asked, am I going to stream all night? I'll probably stream for a couple hours here. But I'm not going to stream all night. I'm going to sleep a little bit, and then we'll wake up in the morning and stream again. Brad Hamilton asked, Do you think what Sakurai said was weird, hinting maybe that it's a lesser-known character or lesser-known to Switch players? Yes, we can talk about that. Sakurai tweeted something out earlier today, or maybe it was it last night, earlier today? I don't know. I haven't been on a normal sleep schedule the past couple days because of all this. But anyway, not too long ago, Sakurai tweeted out... actually, I have the tweet. Why don't I just share the tweet with you guys? Hold on. Boom, here we go. This is... see. So this was the tweet. This is the Google translation of the tweet. I also have Push Dustin's translation. But basically Sakurai said, the new fighter may be a character you don't know, and each one may be different from the character you are free to expect. However, I hope you enjoy the broadcast itself as a game program. I also enjoyed recording it. And what's really interesting about this one is that he only said it in Japanese. All his other tweets lately, hyping up the reveal, have been translated into English, but he only said this one in Japanese. So some people are thinking it might be a character Japanese fans aren't as aware of. It's reading into Sakurai's tweets, so I'll talk a bit more about that. I see a couple other people in chat here. Hyson... I won't say the next one. Said, the eternal mix of At Doom's Gate has been playing rent-free in my head since Fighter Pass 2 was announced. I'd be happy for it to stop. Maybe tomorrow. And then St. Butters said, will you rank the DLC at some point? Yeah, possibly. That could be something to do after the fact. Go over like what was my most hype reveal, which characters did I end up playing the most, and who do I think was the best additions to Smash, and possibly different parameters too. I could say like what character was my personal favorite, and what characters do I think like maybe deserve to get in Smash the most. The Mega Nintendo said, scale of 1 to 10, how likely do you think it'll be to be tomorrow? Besides Gravile from PMD2, she's my most wanted, and more likely than him, in my opinion. Yeah, 2B, I suppose 2B is possible, but I think it would be... It'd be tough. It'd be another square rep, so it'd be doubling up. Not that I don't think we could double up. I think that's a total fan rule, and there's a very good chance it'll be like Master Chief or Sora's Disney, but people often think of him as Square. 2B seems less likely to me, I'll be honest, but not impossible. It could happen. I was shocked by some of the characters we got as DLC. Joker, for instance. If somebody had asked, do you think Persona's going to get into Smash? I would have said, no, never, probably not. I can't imagine. I can't see why. And we got Joker, so we never know. The Fusion Warrior said, thanks for everything thus far. I hope it's Reimu, but I was in Kotaku's review as the person with the Mewtwo hat, so I was happy from the start. Okay, cool. Yeah, Reimu is another one. So this tweet here from Sakurai where he said the new fighter may be a character you don't know. It could be someone more obscure. So people have been talking about Reimu. I mean, I think Gino's out because of the Mii costume, but Gino's a more obscure character. But again, he only tweeted this in Japanese. It's like the only tweet he did that didn't get translated. So some people are thinking, well, that means it might be a character that Japanese fans don't know. So that would be like Master Chief, Doom Guy, maybe Jonesy. I know Japan likes Fortnite, I think, quite a bit. But anyway, that's the theory on this. Personally, though, I actually think all that's going on with this tweet is he's just kind of saying, whether it's the character you wanted, whether you even know who they are, you should still tune into the broadcast. It's going to be a celebration of gaming. It's going to be the end of a big event. It's a good broadcast. You should check it out. I think that's all he's saying with this. And the reason I think it was just in Japanese might be that he just kind of added it on. Like his other tweets probably went through some marketing and stuff or whatever, and probably he had them correctly translated to English because they were planned. This one might have been a little add-on. It could mean it's an obscure character. It could mean it's an obscure character to the Japanese, and it's like Master Chief or something. But personally, I think it's probably just a normal, like, warning that it could be anybody. But you should still watch the broadcast. I think that's all he was saying. Josh Sketch Show said, "Hey man, been a big fan of your content since your first vid. Let's just hope the Final Fighter is hype for both of us. As a Shadow fan since Brawl, I feel your pain for Gino." Yeah, some of us that have had long time fan bases, Gino, Shadow, Isaac, Bandana Waddle D, lots of other ones. There's some pain seeing our characters just not make the cut once again. But yeah, I'm just hoping for a hype reveal. Honestly, it was like we had the big potential leak for Sora. We've been talking about Sora a lot. Now a lot of people are talking about Master Chief, specifically because of this post from Sakurai, and obviously, we've talked about Master Chief before as well. But I just hope it's somebody hype. I hope it's a big finale moment, somebody really hype, somebody really cool. The characters I believe are the most hype that are left would be Sora, Master Chief, Doom Guy, Crash Bandicoot. So that's kind of who I'm hoping for. Begrudgingly, I accept that Jonesy would also be very hyped for Fortnite fans. I'm just not a Fortnite fan. But those four are the four I'm kind of hoping get in simply to end on a big note. So it's a big hype ending. We get a very cool character. And I like all those series. I'm fan of Crash Bandicoot, fan of Doom, fan of Halo, fan of Kingdom Hearts. So I'd be happy to see all of them. Any of them. Joshua Carlos said, "Worst leak you've seen, like a crappy edit." Oh man, I don't even know. So many bad leaks. So I wouldn't even know where to start with what was the worst leak that I've seen. Dirk Carnage said, "Just wanted to donate as a way to say thanks for all the entertainment over the years. Found your content when I was at a really low point in my life and loved it ever since. Thanks for helping. Smile." You're welcome. I love speculating Smash stuff too, and I know there's a lot of people out there that like speculating Smash, and I've been very happy to be able to kind of give back to that Smash community with making these videos and keeping everybody up to date with where leaks and speculation and stuff is at. It's been a really fun ride. It's definitely bittersweet to see it come to an end. I'm excited to see the final character. At the same time, I don't want all of that to end. So, bittersweet ending, but here we are. Celestia said, "Google Translate isn't the most accurate either. One of the most recent tweets from JP Nintendo about stream definitely shows. Hoping for Reimu, though." Yeah, so there's this other tweet. I'll pull that one up. This is from JP Nintendo. And this one, it's not well translated. It says, 11 bullets. Who the hell are you? It's kind of all over the place. Shinra Shampoo. Oh, Samurai Shampoo fan, I imagine. "Showing love, bro. Thanks for the content. Hashtag Chief Gang." Yeah, Master Chief would be awesome. Silver Phantom X said, "The Burger King will be in Smash." Is that Big Bumpin'? Is that the Burger King game? So anyway, this Smash Bros. JP tweet here is not very well translated with Google Translate. Here's Push Dustin's translation of that same tweet, I believe. And it doesn't have the bullets or the hell in it. It just says who will join the battle instead of who the hell will join the battle. In the 11th Challenger pack instead of bullets. They probably mean like bullet points or whatever. So just weird translations happen. So on that note, this one that we're talking about where Sakurai says, "The new fighter may be a character you don't know." Here's the Push Dustin translation of it, which is a bit better. "Only one day remains until the last fighter of Smash Ultimate is revealed. Even if you don't play Smash Bros. And are just entered the game, I'd like to invite you to watch broadcast." And then this is the post, the other one. "You may not know the new fighter, or it might be different from your personal expectations, but we hope you enjoy this game show and the broadcast itself. I really enjoyed recording the broadcast." So I think it is more of a no matter who it is, you should check it out. I think that's really all he's saying. I don't think he's actually saying you're not going to know who it is. Okay, Brandon Williams said, Sora was trending on Twitter for 3 days straight. You honestly can't beat that. That's a huge impact, and he would please both the East and the West. Yeah, Sora would be fantastic to end off on. If you've been following my last few videos, I've talked a lot about Sora because of the Sora leak, and he's definitely in the running for a possible ending character, and he'd be a great finale character. Noel said, hey, Papa, what are your thoughts on Eggman coming to Smash? Also, wear the darn little Mac hoodie and gloves that keep bothering you in the comments. Yeah, it's back there. Yeah, I'll wear it someday, hopefully. It's really hot. It's actually a very hot hoodie, and the gloves also kind of make me sweat. So, I mean, I guess that's the point. It's a sweat hoodie, and you're supposed to like work out and run. Little Mac runs in it, so whatever. Eggman coming to Smash would be cool. I don't know if it'd be the final character here, but next time, the Sonic series, like we have like Ken, and we have Richter, and like I do feel like the Sonic series out of all the series, third-party series in Smash, if Sephiroth should have a second rep. Like Sonic's that big. Sonic could have like a Mario level number of reps in Smash. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate he doesn't have a second rep, and Eggman would be a perfect one. So I don't expect it to be the final character, but maybe next game I think Eggman would be perfect. Lunar Wing Cloud. Oh, I lost it. Where was it? Unless I went too far back. Oh, Lunar Wing Cloud said, been watching all your speculation and other Smash Ultimate coverage since the game's DLC was first rolling out. Here's to the last ride on Sakurai's Wild Ride. Yeah, it's been a crazy one. Hyson said, big reason for me vouching Doom is hearing Mick Gordon's music in Smash. Imagine ganking Darkon to the rage-fueled metal choir chant of Icon of Sin. Doom has some amazing music. A lot of times Sakurai has to take music from games and he's like, oh, we got to do a remix because the music isn't intense enough. Even though, we have like that track from Pikmin that's just like nature noises. But for whatever reason, a lot of times Sakurai is like, yeah, we got to change the tracks up because, we can't battle to these tracks. The music isn't built for battling. But Doom, obviously, the music is built for battling. It would be perfect. St. Butters wrote, besides Nick, what content do you plan to do next? I'll probably talk about that in a video after the reveal. Right now I want to do more predictions, talk about characters and stuff while we still can. But yeah, I'll do obviously Nickelodeon All-Star Brawls and then just other Nintendo stuff, speculating directs, other Nintendo games I like, possibly just other video games I like. Stuff like that is generally what I'm hoping to do. And I might do streaming too, like this. Right now, obviously, wouldn't be able to do prediction stuff, but I might just stream either gameplay or just chatting about maybe some other rumor or something that's going on, or before Nintendo Direct, stuff like that. So we'll see where the channel goes. I have some ideas, but I want to talk about that in a video after the reveal. Punk Ape wrote, I'm kind of betting on Waluigi. He's a big name in Smash speculation as a whole and would be a good character to end on. Yeah, he's probably, in my opinion, the best first-party character they could end on. As far as first-party characters go, I think Waluigi would be the one that most first-party characters, I think people would be like, it wasn't the best ending, ended on a first-party. But Waluigi would probably be the one character that people would be like, yeah, ended on somebody big, ended on Waluigi. It was a good ending. Oliver Garrett wrote, hi, Papa, thanks for the vids. If you think about it, Fighter Pass 2 was made for Etika with Min Min Steve and Pyramithra being added as fighters. Yeah, it's a shame. I'm not going to harp too much on that. But yeah, it's a shame Etika didn't get to see those characters. So, yeah. But we're at the end here now. And the pass is pretty great. You always have to know there's a lot of people out there who are happy with these characters. And it's I don't know what to say about Etika. It was a sad thing and all this kind of a low point. But we can look back on all this stuff and I don't know, just remember the good times, I guess. Josh Sketch Show said, have you ever thought about how Smash 6, if we ever get it, would look like? Me personally, I feel like they'd make the roster first party only. Yeah, I've thought about what the next Smash game might look like, but that's something that's also potential content for after the game finishes. I've kind of strayed away from talking about that because it involves talking about who's going to get cut from the game, what are they going to change about the game, stuff like that. And while this game is fresh and not even finished yet, I haven't really wanted to talk about that. But yeah, I may do some talk about what will the next Smash game look like and think about that and discuss that stuff. But since that's content for afterwards, we'll get there when we get there. The Jelly Lord said, I really hope it's Gordon Freeman from Half-Life. That is like the last character from my childhood that isn't already in Smash. Would be cool. Half-Life is a pretty major game. Usually when we talk about like shooter reps, it's Doom, Master Chief, and Jonesy. But Gordon Freeman and Half-Life is also a big, shooter game in a different way, but very major to the genre and everything like that. So it would be cool. And I think having like the gravity attacks and stuff like that would be really cool in Smash. Definitely a cool moveset potential there for Gordon. Somebody said heavy for Smash. Yeah, more Valve stuff. Anything Valve would be cool. Valve's a big company. Would be cool. I don't know. Again, this whole thing has surprised me majorly with characters like Joker and stuff. So you never know. All right. Well, I think what I'm gonna do is go over to here and let's start an arena, and we'll just have that in the background because why not? I'm not going to play because then I'm going to have to pay attention to playing. I'm also not that great at Smash. I've said many times, but... So I'll just spectate, and we'll just wait till people pop in. Let's have something on in the background here. Aizu Naizu said, thoughts on quote from Cave Story. I love Cave Story. Quote would be amazing. But I'm not sure if quote would be... final character material, but as a Mii costume, I think he's perfect for a Mii costume. His proportions, everything are like perfect, so I'd love to see that. Martin Alejandrez said, "God damn it, I can't sleep. Should have stayed out SM." Yeah, it's gonna be a tough night to sleep, I imagine, especially because this one's pretty early. We're about 12 hours away, less than 12 hours away right now. And yeah, I also anticipate I will probably have a tough time sleeping tonight if I sleep at all, especially knowing I have to get up early to see the final reveal. They say the arena limit is 2 people? Oh, geez, I screwed it up then. All right, I guess I'm going to have to fix it. I was doing it kind of on the side here. All right, well, we will leave, and I will change the arena limit. My bad. Leaves no password. It's fine. Once again, I'll call it PapaGenos. A wild Mr. Meme said, Reimu might have a chance if that extra store slot is a Echo Fighter, Marissa. I don't know that much about the Toho games, but I do know there are a lot of characters that are like similar to Reimu. So I imagine she could have an Echo. Would be cool if we got an Echo, no matter who the character is. I would definitely be cool with that. All right, so... I change the... I never make arenas, obviously. I changed the number. Do I have to go back further to change the number? Did I miss it? Let's see. I got some more things to read here. Shy Guy 2.0 said, who do you think is the most likely first-party character? Been a big fan for a long time. Hopefully tomorrow is hype. Most likely first-party? Probably Waluigi, because I think he's so hype that they could potentially end on him. Throbbing Jesus wrote, have great memories of working while listening to your Grinch Theory videos. Wanted to give something as a thanks. Praying for Reimu. Thank you. Yeah, Grinch League was a while ago, but yeah, I have fond memories of it too. Josh Sketchshow said, have you ever had a more obscure character on your wish list? Billy Hatcher has always been on mine, but I know he'll never make it. Yeah, I like Toe Jam and Earl, Earthworm Jim, Alex Kidd. I was like a big Genesis kid, like Nintendo and Genesis. So a lot of the like obscure Genesis characters from back then are stuff I'd like. So can I not change the number of participants on the screen? Does anyone know? Yeah, go back and change it. Is it here somewhere? More settings? Is it there? There we go. I have not made, like, I don't do the arenas. When I, like, if I play online, I generally don't create my own arena. I just play in other people's. Connection areas during arena battles or one spectating next players. Your internet connection will also, okay, that's fine. Whatever. I'm at my computer. I'm not at my normal setup on the TV. That's fine. All right. Cool. 8 players in there. Perfect. There we go. All right. Now I can spectate. And other people can just play. And we can have this on in the background. I don't have to pay attention to it. All right. Paul Maloney said, theoretical. Tomorrow's Direct opens with Sakurai announcing 3 Final Mii costumes that you picked instead of the Final Fighter. Who are they? 3 Final Mii costumes. Hollow Knight, Shovel Knight, Rayman, I guess, probably would be the ones I'd like to see. Purified Storm said, any hints or leaks of Master Chief? The big, it's not a leak, but the thing that some people are kind of speculating about right now is that Sakurai has made a bunch of tweets, and all the tweets he's made kind of hyping up this Direct have been in Japanese and then also had an English translation. There's one that he did that did not get translated, and it says, so it was for the Japanese audience, or this is the speculation, it might have been for the Japanese audience since he didn't translate it into English, and it said, you might not know who the character is, and it might not be who you want, but you should come watch the presentation anyway. That's my rough translation of it. So since it says you might not know who it is, some people are thinking potentially that could indicate, and since this was only a Japanese tweet, this could potentially indicate that the character is lesser known to the Japanese, which would be someone like Master Chief, which would be interesting. I also thought about this earlier, and I hadn't thought about this before. If it was Master Chief, then the DLC would have gone Piranha Plant, Joker, Erdrick, Banjo. So 3 characters, Banjo, Microsoft character. And then we'd go Terry, Byleth, Min Min, and then Steve, another Microsoft character. So 3 again, Microsoft character. And then it would go Sephiroth, Pyramithra, Kazuya, and then Master Chief. So it would be 3 characters, Microsoft character, 3 characters, Microsoft character, 3 characters, Microsoft character, which meant that they would have spaced it out well. I usually don't buy into patterns and stuff, but I noticed that earlier when I was finally thinking what if it did end on Master Chief, that, they would have spaced out all the Microsoft characters, from the start, which would kind of make sense. If you had 3 Microsoft characters, you'd probably space them out evenly. No Context Love Live said, any character at this point is cool. I already got my most wanted, which was Steve. If I had to pick, it would be Jonesy, Chief, or Eggman. I'm not a big Fortnite guy. Eggman's awesome. I just don't think he's a finale character, but Master Chief, I'd be all about. I'm hoping Master Chief, Sora, Crash Bandicoot, Doom Guy, some big ending character. And those are the 4 that I would love to see. Oh, man, I'm missing a bunch of people talking here. All right, so we got the Armored Assassin said, I hope Master Chief finishes the fight. Yeah, it'd be a great ending slogan for him too. Diamond Death said, any last minute new leaks info? Just kind of the tweets from Sakurai and that speculation I was just talking about. Golden Goomba 900, I'd love Agumon heavy or a WarioWare rep. I talked earlier, Valve would be really cool, and Agumon, I don't know if we get a Namco character right after we just got Bandai Namco character, but Digimon fighting Pokemon would be huge, would be really cool. A lot of people kind of overlook that, but that would be a really cool thing to get in Smash. PDF Jose said, Capcom rep, Beautiful Joe, and an all of Sylvia hype. Yeah, Capcom rep would be really cool to get here. We've gotten a lot of Capcom stuff, but we haven't got a Capcom rep. I was talking about Phoenix Wright quite a bit a couple videos ago, and I think last video I talked about him a bit too. I think he's kind of the next in-line Capcom character if we're counting out the stuff we've kind of already gotten. And Beautiful Joe we haven't gotten anything of, and he'd make a great Mii costume, like a deluxe Beautiful Joe Mii costume with a song would be awesome. Josh Sketch Show said, do you know if Vergeman has said anything lately? I haven't heard anything from Vergeman. Vergeman was talking about Master Chief back, for E3, but then kind of denounced that and said, it wasn't a very good source. I shouldn't have said anything. But hey, Vergeman has said stuff like Minecraft content. Now we had to wait, and finally we got Steve. Vergeman said a bunch of Square names. He said, Erdrick, Luminari, Slime, but Sephiroth was on there too. We had to wait, and we got Sephiroth. So, maybe Master Chief is the final character. Maybe Vergeman was right. Maybe the source was right. Just had the timing off. We just was assuming it'd be E3, but it wasn't. It's the end. Jared Ettinger said, here's to the end of the road. Doom Guy or Wright would be great, but just hope it makes people happy. Looking forward to Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl in the future of the channel. Same here. Thank you, man. Jacob Dawsley said, my chat jumped forward. There's so many. I'm trying to read everybody's who've donated, but I am far behind, so I'm going to go quick. I wanted to know your honest opinion on Fortnite and Smash. Makes me feel Fortnite would just be Steve with guns. I'm not huge on Fortnite, so I'm not going to go way into it because I'm trying to catch up on these, but I'm not huge on Fortnite. Green Owl Gill said, you think they'll end on a Sony rep? Possibly, or maybe something Sony adjacent like Crash Bandicoot or Sora, something that a lot of people think of when they think of PlayStation stuff. Sakurai did post out a tweet of a PS5 controller. I know it's reading into Sakurai's tweets and he doesn't like that and blah, 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 but he did post that not that long ago. Clearance Tweet said, Advance Wars CO, barely known in Japan due to release quirk. New remake in December. Sakurai is close to IS, missing a T from Brawl. Sakurai lowering hype. Yeah, we don't have the assist trophy from Advance Wars. We do have an Advance Wars remaster game coming out. Could be cool. I don't know if that would actually get in Smash as the final character here, but I loved Advance Wars back on the Game Boy Advance back in the day, so it would be cool. Joshua Carlos said, would a first-party character be a letdown? I think it matters who it is. I think Waluigi would be huge. I think if it was Waluigi, I don't think anybody would be talking about, oh man, it was first-party character. I think everybody would just be talking about, I can't believe Waluigi got in at the end. So I think it matters who it is. DOS said, I know it's too early, but I hope they focus more on adding fun game modes for Smash 6 rather than an amazing roster. Bring back board the platforms, Smash Target, Smash Run, and maybe an original one. Yeah, what did Brawl have? Subspace Emissary, like a one-player mode, maybe like, not focus so much on just getting a bunch of characters and stuff next time, but doing like really hard on the one-player mode, lots of cinematics with character interaction, stuff like that might be a good road for the next game. Do something a little different. Hat Stack, jump me forward again. I'm trying to read all the donation ones. Donation questions people are asking. Hey Papa, thanks for all your vids. If another Sonic character got added, which stage would you choose with them? My vote goes to Chemical Plant Zone, definitely. Maybe Casino Night Zone, but Chemical Plant Zone is a classic and an awesome music track. All about that, yeah. JS Dylan Schneider said, thank you for the speculation videos over the years. Always love the videos and look forward to them. Thanks. Hopefully I can catch up on these now. Nope, jumping forward again. That guy standing behind you, thanks for the $1 donation. Jamie Gannon, I guess. Been a big fan since you began. Thanks for the content. Question, do you think Crash has a shot? Could he be the Western character? Yeah, it's possible, especially with that Sakurai tweet. If you do read into it to make it think that maybe it's obscured to the Japanese, I think Crash is pretty well known in Japan, actually. But I do think Crash could end this. It's 25th anniversary and stuff like that, and a lot of times, whatever we speculate on all this stuff, and then it ends up just being, someone we're not speculating at that moment. That happens all the time. We speculate a lot about Steve, but Steve happened when we weren't really paying attention to Steve. We speculate a lot about Crash. I think too many people are like focused in on Crash, besides it would be a cool ending. But yeah, it could be Crash, totally. Hyson said again, if it's Master Chief, they'd better also include the Arbiter, preferably as an Echo fighter, using Covenant guns and energy swords over Chief's UNSC gun, and Dead or Alive CQB martial arts, but Chief alt works. Yeah, it would be cool to get a Arbiter alt for Chief, or Echo fighter even. Con Killer Confusor said, imagine the hype if Sakurai secured... Oh, it jumped me down. Oh, no. I'm trying to catch up on these. There's so many. Secured a Sony rep in Ratchet & Clank. Thanks for the years of solid speculation. You're welcome. Yeah, Ratchet & Clank would be pretty cool. It would be a cool Sony rep. Somebody would ask about Sony reps earlier. Hud hey Papa, really appreciate the vids over the years. I've been watching since 2018. I have to get up early, so I can't hop on, but thanks for everything. You're welcome. Thanks for watching. Raven D said, thoughts Team Echo rep, Wander, Shadow of Colossus, or Horned Boy? Yeah, Shadow of Colossus was a really big game. I think it's one of those games that maybe, like, if Smash was kind of happening while that game was very popular and we had the kind of third-party support we do today, might have happened, might be kind of past its time now, but yeah, it would be cool. Excuse me. That guy standing behind you, the next DLC is actually King Boo. Everyone, please remember when you read this. King Boo would be awesome. It's another first-party rep I actually would be pretty excited about. I think I should probably keep hitting the controller so it doesn't go dark here. Trying to pay attention to chat, pay attention to the screen here. Diggy the Dog, Skull Kid for Smash. Is it possible? Any leaks? Skull Kid would be cool. Another Zelda rep would be cool. I think it's kind of a shame we passed Skull Kid. But he is a assist trophy, so I'm a little doubtful. Creepy S said, thoughts on Waluigi? Should he have been base game? He'd be a sweet, like I said, he's probably the best first-party character out there, I feel like. Should he have been base game? Would have been cool. I like Piranha Plant. I've grown to like Piranha Plant, but if I were choosing which Mario character is getting in, who's the bonus fighter, probably would have made Waluigi that spot. Insert username here. Hey Papa, thanks for all the years of fun speculation videos and content. I'm hoping for Reimu as DLC 11. Can't wait for more stuff from you. Thank you. Diamond Death said, let your imagination go wild. World of Unreality, Kingdom Hearts confirmed. Yeah, so there was that tweet about letting your imagination run wild. So yeah, that could tie into Kingdom Hearts. Honestly, could tie into The World Ends With You really well, which I'm a fan of, but I'm doubtful The World Ends With You is going to get in here. KS Gamer YT donated $1. Thank you. Jacob Gingrich said, obviously won't happen, but the only fighter that could genuinely surprise us at this point is Goku. Yeah, Goku would definitely be a shocker. That would be actually a shocking ending, because right now I'm thinking like Sora, Master Chief, Doom Guy, Crash Bandicoot, and like, obviously any of those characters is shocking, but I'm thinking about them. If they really want to be like, we went out there, yeah, like someone like Goku. But personally, I'd rather not. I'd rather not touch on the fourth party stuff, and except in the case of like Sora or something that like you can kind of justify it. But Kingdom Hearts is a video game series, just has Disney stuff in it. So I'd rather not touch on the fourth party stuff too hard. I just think, like Sakurai said, it's celebration of gaming. I want to keep it gaming. So I like Dragon Ball Z, but you can play Goku in lots of other fighting games. I don't think he needs to be here. 90 Day Fiance 6969, and then spelled out 69, said Last Jedi sucks. Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to talk Star Wars here, but yeah, I did not like The Last Jedi either. Matthew Morris said, it's Zarude. Don't say I didn't warn you. Is that the grass monkey thing from Pokemon? Isn't there like a movie? I think there's a movie coming out with it, or maybe it just came out. Hyson said, Nightmare Scenario, Doom's Marauder Assist Trophy. Felipe Barbosa, thanks for all the vids, Papa. Brazilian Smash fan here, hoping for Leighton, Agumon, and Chosen Undead, believing we'll get Master Chief, Sora, Crash, Phoenix, or Kratos. That's a lot of characters for me to touch on, but thank you from Brazil. Battlecoin wrote, I lost it. Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania stream page says Tekken 7 is a similar game you've played if you've played it on your stream account. Yeah, Super Monkey Ball is Banana Mania. Is that the name of the one? It's like, I think it comes out tomorrow. It comes out like the same day as the Smash reveal. It would be cool to get, is it AA or II? I think it's II, as a like Mii costume or something. I'm not expecting it as the character, but it'd be a fine Mii costume tie-in. Josh Sketch shows his thoughts on more Pikmin reps. Elf was planned on being separate in Smash 4, but Louie and President should have been in Smash 4 Ultimate by now. Yeah, it would be cool to have, like, Olimar might as well have, like, Bowser Jr. type alts with President and Brittany and Elf, and, he has Elf, but Louie, he could just do a bunch of alts for him or something like that. I love Pikmin. It's, like, one of my brother's favorite games, so I've seen a lot of Pikmin. He, like, basically speedruns Pikmin 2, so I'll often just turn it on and play for a few hours and just, like, beat the whole game. So yeah, I'm a Pikmin fan. I'd love to see more Pikmin content. I doubt it's the last character, but I'd be happy to see it. Stefan Hart said Scorpion and Sub-Zero are two characters that aren't talked about enough. Well, so Mortal Kombat isn't. I'm not gonna say it's banned in Japan, but it is tough to buy in Japan. Japan has some weird laws about the violence and stuff in it. So. That's kind of why I think Mortal Kombat doesn't get talked about so much for Smash, despite we having Street Fighter and Tekken and Fatal Fury, King of Fighters. I definitely think like Mortal Kombat is the unwrapped big fighting game series that probably should be in Smash, but that's most likely why I think, because Japan just doesn't really touch it so much. But Sakurai's latest tweet was only for Japan, and it said something about you might not know the character. I don't think that means Mortal Kombat, but hey, if you want to speculate and read into Sakurai's tweets, you got a few more hours to do that before you can't do that anymore, so feel free. The Real Zip T said, hey Gino, I first suited when I saw you were rooting for my number one pick, Arl, for Pack 5. What do you think her chances are for tomorrow? So Arl is one of those characters that I haven't talked about in a while because the speculation for her was kind of a while back, but there's still that weird tweet from Sakurai where it had like Marth and Isabelle on his shoulder and stuff. It was probably just a coincidence, but yeah, all that Arl speculation, except some of the stuff that only kind of worked for that final fighter for Pack 5, is still out there. I just can't repeat all the speculation for all the characters, so I think Arl could still happen. I don't know if she's like a big ending character, but Smash doesn't always end on a big ending character. I think Puyo Puyo is awesome. I think she'd be cool. I just, when we're talking big ending characters, I'm talking the majority of people, what they think about it. But I think she's still possible. Yeah, so maybe her. And hey, like I said, only a few more hours to speculate stuff, so might as well dream big for whoever you're hoping for. Ryan Witt said, why doesn't anyone mention Lara Croft much? I think it has to do with the fact that Lara Croft is owned by Square, and Square got Final Fantasy VII, and then they got Dragon Quest, and then we got Sephiroth, and Square owns... I mean, Gino is a big character in Smash speculation, whether you're a fan or not, or think he's an obscure character or whatever. He's one a lot of fans want. That would be a Square character. Chrono Trigger's pretty big. Somebody mentioned 2B earlier. There's a lot of Square stuff that I think people would want. And despite Lara Croft being one of the biggest female gaming characters out there and a major series, I just think she has some tough competition, and since so many Smash fans have been kind of wanting different Square characters for a long time, other Final Fantasy characters out there and stuff too, and we only have Final Fantasy VII represented. I think she just has really tough competition because of the company she's owned by. Is I think why people don't talk too much about Lara Croft. But in a big celebration of gaming, having the number one, or I don't know if she's number one, among the number one, maybe Peach, maybe Chun-Li or something, most recognizable, biggest female gaming character would be appropriate in Smash, would be huge. Herp Derp said, "Hi PapaGenos. Who would you want as a very out there joke pick? I'd go with a Tetris block, not any Puyo Puyo character, specifically a Tetris piece. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who my joke character would be off the top of my head." Josh Sketch Show said, "By the way, Papa, my friend is still holding out hope for Artorias ever since you covered Google Leak. Shoutouts to Nick." Yeah, that was my Discord came up with the Google Leak thing where you like type names into Google and certain things came up. But anything from Dark Souls would be really cool. I don't know if I like that leak is definitely. It wasn't really even a leak. It was like a theory. Definitely like falling apart at this point. But anything from Dark Souls would be cool. Fortunately, Dark Souls is Bandai Namco, and we just got Tekken, so I doubt it would happen. After this. And as far as it would be Artorias, I think it'd probably be like Chosen Undead most likely. But hey. Julio Morels Mina said, "Can't believe this long ride is coming to an end. I think you should have done a tier list on predicted characters Phoenix Wright for Smash." Yeah, it was, I mean, if I tried to, okay, this is the most likely and this is the least likely, even if I did like a top 10 or something, it would be really hard for me to, I feel like it's more like a pool. Like, it's not like, all right, Master Chief's number one, and then it's this guy, and then Phoenix Wright, and Sora's right here. Like, I don't think it's like that right now. I think it's just kind of a pool of, like, there's, 5 names that seem really likely, maybe another 10 that seem pretty plausible, and then, they could totally just, surprise us with somebody we're not talking about. So, yeah, it'd be really hard for me to make a tiers list. And especially things keep changing. Like, the other day I was like, okay, we have the Sora leak. I'm actually thinking about Sora realistically, and, yeah, make a good finale fighter. I was thinking about that. Then Sakurai does that Japan-only tweet that says, you might not know the character or whatever, and I'm thinking, maybe I'm reading too much into that tweet, but yeah, I kind of see people's speculation. I understand why they're saying maybe that could mean Master Chief. Like, the Japanese aren't as aware of Halo and stuff, and he maybe tweeted that out specifically for them because it's a big character, but not so much for the Japanese. So suddenly Master Chief seems really likely again. So, it just changes so often, too. It'd be hard for me to make a tier list unless I somehow make a tier list like an hour before we go into it and go like, all right, here's where we're at right at the end. But since it changes around all the time, trying to say this is the most likely, this is number 5 most likely, I think it's more like a pool. Creepy S gave a $1.99 donation and retracted the message, so I don't know what it said. I didn't see it. CRVO said, "If one Mii costume could be a fighter, who do you choose?" Ooh, Gino? Blake Bennett said, "I think it's Rayman. Feels like there's a lot pointing to him in the past, and a Spanish video was uploaded by Ubisoft about his history 2 days ago." Interesting. Excuse me. I did not know about the Spanish video talking about Rayman's history. I had not heard that. I think Rayman would be a cool ending. Ubisoft is definitely close with Nintendo and could, take a final spot. And I would love for this pass to have, or even just the DLC in general, to have a bit more, cartoony characters. We have Banjo. We have Steve in Minecraft. Those are like the 2 cartoony things we got. I mean, I guess you could say like Min Min. Everything else it's very humanoid characters, kind of anime looking, and to some extent for all the characters. Would be cool to end on a more cartoony character like Crash or Rayman, especially when you look at the full DLC. I think it would give it a bit more diversity of style. Creepy S said, "Did Gino and Waluigi deserve more than Daisy and Plant?" Oh man, deserve is such a tough word. Daisy was an easy echo, so it's tough to say like, oh, if they didn't do Daisy, they could have done somebody else. Plant, on the other hand, I think Plant's a really cool concept. I actually have warmed up to the character a lot. Playstyle is super unique, very interesting character that moves around and stuff in a totally unique way. But would I have rather gotten Waluigi or Gino? I am a bigger fan, obviously, of Gino and also of Waluigi than I am of Piranha Plant. So yeah, I probably would have done that. Do I dislike Plant or think like, oh, he stole a spot? I wouldn't say it that way. Mojo Jojo said, "Maybe it's the reason for their last min change to September instead of October on 4chan. Maybe original date for the Nintendo Direct was October 5th. Do you mean are you talking about the Sora leak thing changing? Trying to figure out what this person's saying. Someone changed to September instead of October. Unfortunately, maybe the original date for Nintendo Direct was October 5th. Oh, so maybe the Nintendo Direct was supposed to be October 5th, and then the reveal is going to be later. I think if that Sora leak is real and the person actually came back and changed it to September, and if it was real, then what probably happened was they heard about actual negotiations for October 5th that would use the music, but then when the September Direct happened, they probably thought, oh, maybe Nintendo moved it forward, or maybe they'll reveal Sora there and then just present Sora on the 5th, show the movesets and stuff like that. So I feel like they maybe came back and just wanted to put a Sora leak out there right beforehand, so that if it got revealed there, they'd still be right. They'd get something right. I feel like it was maybe just they got nervous or whatever. Again, if that leak's real, it's up in the air whether or not it's real at all. It might just be someone who faked a leak and then came back and changed their fake leak slightly months later. It's weird if it's fake. But hey, Grinch leak was fake, and it was weird that was fake because of all the coincidences, so you never know. Not going all in on the Sora leak, but I think he has a good chance, and the leak definitely helps. Or leak helps. Kamalosk said, Rayman has been trapped on Battlefield Ice Pillar since the launch of the game. He'll be free tomorrow. Yeah, I think there's probably just an odd texture with that, but it would be so crazy if, it's just like Mario and Sonic battling out on Battlefield and then the ice just breaks in the background and Rayman comes out. It's like, he's been here the whole time. Would be a cool ending because of, the fact that has been on there the whole time. But I think it's just an odd way the light looks that looks like Rayman, but it really does look like him. Dakash Man said, hey, Papa, I know he seems deconfirmed with the Mii costume, but Geno is like the only character I can think of that would be a great finale and also might be unknown to many people. Yeah, as far as obscure characters go, Geno's definitely obscure to a lot of people, a lot of at least people who aren't in like the Smash speculation scene. So yeah, it could be a reason for Sakurai to say you might not know the character or whatever. Though I really do think he was just saying in general, like even if you don't know the character, even if it's not who you want, you should watch the broadcast. Probably because he's going to talk a lot about Celebration of Gaming stuff and just Smash as a whole. I think that's all he was saying there, but hey, it's fun to read into things, and we only have a few more hours to read into things, so go wild. Let's read into stuff while we can, because whatever, after this, we're not going to be able to again. Josh Sketch Show says, what's your favorite AVGN episode? Ooh, that is tough. I do really like AVGN. Probably Plumbers Don't Wear Ties came to mind. That was the one I think I laughed the most at, but that's a tough one. Mile on Secret Castle was really funny to me. There's a lot of classics that I find very funny. Mojo Jojo said, sorry, read my first super chat for it all to make sense. I think you skipped it. Read my first super chat. Oh, man, if I can even... I don't know if I'm going to be able to scroll up that fast before it pulls my scroll back down. I don't think I'm going to be able to read it. Sorry, I must have missed it. The chat is moving really fast. I'm trying to keep up with the donation messages, but I'm not used to streaming and getting donations or reading them and trying to keep up. Ganon136 says, just saying, Phil Spencer has a Nintendo Switch on his shelf in his office. Master Chief is always a huge possibility still. Yeah, I mean, there's that. There's been rumors of Master Chief Collection coming to Switch at some point for a long time. Maybe that's why Sakurai said, even if you're not a fan of gaming, come watch the show. I don't know if it was Sakurai or Smash Bros. JP. Well, some tweet recently said, even if you're not a fan of Smash, you should watch. Maybe they're going to announce Master Chief for Smash, and then also Master Chief Collection for Switch, so it's a game announcement as well. Hyson said, my out there pick, Rabbids, specifically the shopping cart duo from Rabbids Go Home, with moves from other games. Moldovan Gypsy Brass Band intensifies. I'm more of a Rayman guy than a Rabbids guy, and it's always weird to me. There was that TMNT, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it was like a I think it was a platform fighter, Smash clone type game. Had a ton of Rabbids in the roster. It was always weird. Ryan Witt said, Hayabusa is a safe, plausible, but still hype pick. Yeah, Hayabusa is definitely in that that realm of really hype. I'd be super happy to get him. Strong ending character, not the craziest moment we've had, but a strong ending character, a good character. Ninja Gaiden's awesome. I'd love to get it in Smash. So yeah, he'd be a perfectly good pick. I think I talked about in my last video, like him, Phoenix Wright. There's a lot of characters that kind of have that middle ground where they're not... It's not Master Chief, it's not Sora, it's not Crash Bandicoot, it's not Doom Guy, but it's still a really awesome character to get. So yeah, I'd be happy to get Hayabusa. I've been talking about him for a long time, so I'd be happy to have that finally pan out. RoboFist Revenge said, I just want the character to be someone Sakurai is a fan of, like Terry. He deserves to end his life's work with someone he's passionate about. It's a good point. That's a good point. I would definitely like Sakurai to have some kind of connection to the final fighter. Oh, I keep making this go dark. Especially just because, it's the last character. Who knows when or if Sakurai will return to Smash next time. So yeah, it would be great for him to go out on a fighter he's passionate about, and he can. I loved when he talked about Terry. He seemed very, very into that. I'd love for him to have that moment again where he tells us about the character and the history and everything, and is like super into it. 90 Days Fiance 696969 said Joe Gatto versus Sale. Who wins? P.S. Do you watch Jokers? I do watch Impractical Jokers, and I have actually met Joe. I was at New York Comic Con quite a few years back. I want to say 2015, I think, and they had an Impractical Jokers event there, and I was going to go to it, but it got like sold out, or the room filled up before I could get there. So then I'm just walking around, and Joe Gatto was just walking around the like showroom floor. He was with his, I think, nephews, because he was with this guy, and I think he's the bigger guy who beat up Murr when Murr was in the pinata, if you watch Impractical Jokers. And me and my cousin, we were in like Lord of the Rings outfits, and we were in like this Lord of the Rings like section that they had there, like the Hobbit whatever section. And Joe was walking around there, and he came over to us and was like, "Can we get a picture with you guys?" We were like, "Yeah, can I get a picture with you, Joe?" So Joe took a picture with me and my cousin with his nephews and her nephew, and then we took a picture with Joe. So that was like really cool. It was a surreal moment, and I didn't even think for a second like, wait, is this the show? Like, should I be scared for that I'm on the show? So I totally understand why even people who watch the show could have them come up to you and like, you might just think, oh yeah, it's probably not the show right now. Because I didn't think it was. It wasn't the show, but obviously it could have been. Toady said, Bandana D or Waddle Dee with alts would be a great ending for Sakurai if this is his last Smash game since he created the character. Yes, or ending on a Kirby character, a character Sakurai created, would be pretty big for Sakurai himself. Oh man, I'm missing so many of the chat here, telling my Joe Gatto story. Wilfrey Pancake said, how would you feel if Norman Reedus' character from Death Stranding was added to Smash Bros., especially his last DLC? I really like the Boondock Saints, so I like Norman Reedus. That'd be cool. I didn't actually play Death Stranding, though, so can't say too much about it. BlazeFawn385 said, how would you feel about an Undertale character? I feel like Sans in the Mii costume and Megalovania is it for Undertale stuff. I know a lot of people talk about Undertale stuff. I wouldn't be mad at it. Undertale's fine. Undertale was a game that I thought was pretty good. Maybe I'm just not the biggest like Earthbound Undertale, that style game fan. I mean, they're cool. I like it. But Undertale didn't hit me as hard as it hit everyone else. Maybe I'm just a little older and games just don't hit me as much. I don't know. Though, I don't know, Neo the World Ends With You hit me pretty hard recently. Anyway, Undertale would be cool. People would be happy about it, I'm sure. But I think the really nice Sans Mii costume and the music track, especially as a Geno fan, I'd just be happy you guys got that, because that's pretty good representation. Chris Wick said, been watching since your Mock Rider Excite Bike speculation video. That's, I think, the first one. And I still think not including a character like that was a waste of potential. Yeah, we didn't really get a like retro out there rep this time. I guess Piranha Plant is that, but it would have been cool to get like Mock Rider or Excite Bike or just some old school NES character. We generally got that for Smash games before this. R-Star51, any chance Microsoft agreed to Steve and Banjo so that Master Chief, could get much needed exposure in Japan so that Halo will sell well on the Switch? Good point. Yeah, that makes sense from a Microsoft perspective. Yeah, you guys can have Banjo. Totally Minecraft. Can we get Master Chief? Can he be the last one? Can he be right before Halo Infinite comes out? Can we like hype this up? Makes a lot of sense to me. Joji Nori? Geno's Mii head will be... I missed it. Geno's Mii head will be the only costume tomorrow. Hey, if Sakurai says, so many people wanted Geno to have a mascot, so here you go, we added one, I would be so happy. That would be, at this point, that would be the equivalent of getting Geno in Smash, because I just don't see Geno being the last one. I mean, I'd love to be wrong. But yeah, if he was just like, hey, here's an actual nice mask Mii head and Forest Maze track or something like that, I'd be like, oh, perfect. All right, we got Geno basically in Smash. I'll just make me Gunner. De Acorn said, Crash fits better as a newcomer for the next game. Yeah, I feel like Crash, we do need to save some big stuff. Obviously, there's only one more character left, so there will be quite a lot of things. But I do think they kind of think about that, too. They got to save some potential big reveals for next game. Maybe Crash will be tomorrow, and that'll be that. But if Crash doesn't happen here, then I think characters like Crash, Master Chief, Sora are, if they don't happen, they're going to probably be the big moments next time. We got like Ridley, we got Banjo, we got Minecraft, we had big moments this time. K. Rool. I think, some of these characters that are still not here will be the big moment next time. Ryan Witt said, who'd break the internet more, Sora, Kratos, or Chief? Oh, man, that is tough to know. I feel like I feel like Sora Chief would probably break the internet more than Kratos. Kratos is like the PlayStation mascot now, but it's like he's like recently the PlayStation mascot. I never thought of God of War as like the PlayStation game until modern PlayStation. So like Crash to me makes me think more of PlayStation, even though I know he's not. I think Master Chief. Or Sora. Sora. I think Sora would break the internet the most. Because the thing with Master Chief is we already got Banjo, we already got Steve, who we can see on screen right now. So Microsoft getting stuff in Smash has happened. Master Chief would be great, be huge, but I don't think it would be as big as Sora would be like, oh, wow, they actually made a deal with Disney. I can't believe it happened. Whereas we already kind of broke that Microsoft barrier. Still would be huge to get Master Chief, but I think as far as what would break the internet, probably Sora. Schultz, you could consider Simon Belmont as the old school 8-bit rep for Ultimate. Yeah, I guess that's true. Castlevania was huge on the NES back in the day. And it's really cool that Smash Ultimate has brought so many things back to Nintendo. Not that these things necessarily left Nintendo completely or something like that, but as a kid who grew up with NES and Game Boy and Genesis, and then the Super Nintendo comes out and the N64 comes out, all that old school gaming stuff, seeing stuff like Mega Man and Castlevania here is like, yes, that is Nintendo to so many of us older gaming fans. So it's great to see it here. So yeah, I guess you could kind of count Castlevania as the old school rep here. Do I think Rayman still has a shot? Yeah, I was talking about Rayman earlier. I definitely think he does still have a shot. Ubisoft and Nintendo are very close and everything. Like I've said for so many characters, I just can't go over all the same speculation I've gone over before in the past, but that stuff still does hold up for all these characters. So, Rayman is definitely still possible. I also think Rayman, because we saw the, was it Pig and Creeper Mii costumes, with Steve, and they didn't have limbs. Rayman could be like a deluxe style Mii costume and probably look really good if they did that. But I don't know if they're going to do that or not. Just as someone who almost got Geno and would have been probably a lot happier with a deluxe costume. I think about characters that could potentially be Mii costumes as a potential way to get them in, even if they weren't the last character. Not saying Rayman wouldn't be the last character, but just a way to satisfy that fan base in the end. I think him as a Mii costume would be pretty good. But if he was the last playable character, yeah, that could totally happen too. People talking about Sora, yeah, talking a lot about Sora lately. Porky Minch, I see, yeah, Porky. Porky has a very weird position being such a big Smash character in the past, boss and brawl and stuff like that, but not here still in any significant way, which is really weird. No spirit even when they had multiple chances to add that. And the cool thing with Porky ending it would be Porky in Mother, Porky is working with Gygus and it's this big evil entity thing. So to have Porky was behind Darkon and Galeem and all this all along and revealing that in some CGI trailer at the end would be really cool. But it's so specifically Mother. I don't know if that's how they end the whole thing. Because it feels like something they probably have planned way back when. But it is weird Porky's not here. Someone said, what if it's Master Hand? Yeah, Master Hand, Taboo, any kind of Smash-specific character would be an interesting ending. I see a lot of people who think that would be really cool. My brother was saying, oh yeah, Master Hand would be really cool. I'm personally in the boat that I'd rather see one final series, one final crossover, since Smash is a crossover. It's not that I don't have a lot of fondness for Master Hand and stuff like that. I do, because, at this point, Smash 64 itself is nostalgia to me, not just with other games that are in Smash. Now Smash itself has nostalgia, so something like Master Hand at the end would be pretty cool. But I'm still hopeful. Hopeful we get one final crossover and it's something really cool to add to Smash. Because I'd hate to end being back at E3 that was the last series that got in Smash, because then it was just Master Hand or something like that. As a bonus character, though, Master Hand, Taboo, some Smash-specific character, Smash-originating character would be really cool. Dr. Darkcrow donated $2. Thanks. Do you think they'd pull an unexpected rule break and make a Mii costume or spirit into fully fledged character like Geno? Yeah, there's definitely a possibility we could have a rule break, a fan rule break. So something like a Mii costume character, something that... you know, we kind of have off the table like Gino or I don't know, some other Mii costume character being upgraded, maybe an assist trophy upgraded like Waluigi, or what's another fan rule we have? And maybe not two of the same company in the same pass. So Master Chief or something is another Microsoft character, even though Steve's like Mojang or whatever, but. Something like that could happen where they break one of our fan rules because they're just fan rules. Honestly, most characters that get in break some rules, so the next character probably will shake things up to some extent. Pretty much any character you put in, though, besides very few that like check all the boxes, has some oddity about them. So, assumedly, the next character will break some pattern or some theory or some fan rule. Hyson said, "I bet Doom Guide break the internet if only for hammering the final nail in the coffin and saying." No M and above rated Smash Fighters arguments. Well, we already have M rated Smash characters. I believe like Bayonetta's M rated, right? But yes, Doom Guy would be really cool, and Persona is definitely M rated. But yeah, Doom Guy would definitely be cool. I don't know if he'd break a rule at the end, but he would potentially. Yeah, he's an internet breaker. Like I said, I think the big ones are Sora, Master Chief, Crash Bandicoot, Doom Guy, and begrudgingly Fortnite Jonesy. I think are probably the big five that would like. Potentially be the most impactful at the end, however you feel about those characters. And then obviously some random fourth party like Goku or something would probably break the internet too, but I'm doubtful of that happening. That seems like that's like the real rule. That's not the fan rule, that's the real rule. Stratus Asterion said, what about the Chozo Warrior from Metroid Dread? I feel like it's probably too like new. Like the game comes out, Friday, I think? The 8th? I feel like it's probably too new, and since we got Ridley and Dark Samus, I don't know if they'd end on a Metroid character, but maybe. Sometimes they do end with things like the first pass ended with Byleth, and I think Three Houses. It was out, but it wasn't out for very long, or not long enough for Sakurai to have he had to make the character while the game was in development and stuff. So yeah, they could end on a very current thing, something like Metroid Dread. I'm very excited for Metroid Dread, but I'd rather get something. Different than another Metroid character. We got Ridley, we got Dark Samus. I think Metroid got some good representation in this game. Ryan Witt said, I want the trailer to be a bunch of Fire Emblem characters fighting over a Smash invite, then Sora Master Chief grabs it at the last second. That would be rough for Fire Emblem fans to see that, but they get so much love, so, It would be, will we get another crazy fake out? Let's talk about that. Will we get another crazy fake out ending, kind of like Banjo showing up when they did, the silhouette or K. Rool, they did the silhouette with King Dedede, and then it was K. Rool, and they did the silhouette with Banjo-Kazooie, and it turns into Duck Hunt, and then, oh, no, it's Banjo-Kazooie. I don't know if we do another K. Rool ending. I think probably if they're doing any sequel to CGI trailers, the ones to look out for would be another one of the World of Light ones, like we got with Sephiroth and Hero, maybe one finishing off Dark Hunt and ending the game. World Light style, I think Sora fits that really well. Or possibly, I think Master Chief, if that happened, would fit really well as a sequel to like the Samus one, where they were, in like a space base or whatever, fighting Ridley. So I'm not really thinking a K. Rool one, but it'd be cool to get a fake out. A fake out at the end would be interesting. So we'll see. User account 333 said, Waluigi being an extra tacked on the end like Plant is my one dream. He doesn't need a stage. He doesn't need music. He doesn't need a spirit board. Just let him be playable. Yeah, he'd be a great bonus. I don't know if we're going to get a bonus character. Sakurai seems very adamant that Challenger Pack 11 is the end, but can't be a bonus if you make people expect more. So you kind of have to put an ending down to even give a bonus. So yeah, Waluigi would make a great bonus. Also, Echo Fighters. I feel like an Echo Fighter for the character we get, or like an Echo Fighter pack or something, would be a great bonus. And maybe Sakurai doesn't count those so much as characters because they don't have their own movesets and they don't even really count them on the website or whatever. So I don't know. I'm basically thinking just Challenger Pack 11. Not getting my hopes up for more, but would Waluigi make a great bonus? Totally. Etavion Carroll said, Bandai Namco announced a new Disney game during the Direct. Ooh, I shot forward here. Where was it? During the Direct, so Disney, Nintendo, and Namco, not the most out of ordinary. Hashtag Sora for Smash. Yes, so that Disney game, I think it's actually like a port. I think maybe it was a 3DS game and it's a port to Switch or something. But that Disney game was in the Direct, and obviously Nintendo and Namco are I think Namco's, making it, Nintendo's publishing it, or something like that. So yeah, they have a good relationship with Disney. They like, it's not like Nintendo and Disney and Namco and Disney are like estranged or something. It's just a matter of would they be able to work out Sora. Dylan Dalton said, maybe we'll get someone to represent Gotcha Gaming. MC from Nintendo's Dragalia Lost, or maybe the main character, I think that's what MC means, from Genshin Impact, I think, with Switch release date, because they said Gershon, but I'm assuming they mean Genshin. Yeah, I'm not big on Gotcha games, so I kind of prefer not to do that myself, but it's possible. Alexander Pobutsky, after Sakurai's comments about the character being someone we might not know well, I'm nervous it's Shin Megami finishes the stack DLC pattern. Yeah, that would fit with starting with Persona and everything. It's possible. I feel like if that were to happen, though, they would have held the reveal off until November when the Shin Megami Tensei 5 shows up. Because it'd be a little weird to put the character in the game, show a bunch of moves for the character, and then have the game come out later. Unless they do some sort of like cross promotion, like here's a character in Smash, blah blah blah, and we're also showing a little bit off of that game, which could be why Sakurai said even not a fan of Smash, you should watch it. I don't know, it's possible. I'm kind of hopeful for something else. That character's not terrible, but since from a game that isn't even out yet, I'd rather get something that has more legacy to it. Reliant Pilot said, Madeline from Celeste game story is a great metaphor for Smash side-scrolling, like the first Smash character showing how far gaming has come. Yeah, that would be cool. I feel like indie characters tend to be like Mii costumes, but hey, possibly a Madeline, Mii costume or deluxe Mii costume could happen or something like that. Hyson said, Doom Guy's far from rule breaking. True, it'd just be cathartic seeing all the Olympic mental gymnastics arguing against his inclusion all go to waste. Yeah, I mean, I think probably the only thing I think that people really point to that say, like, I don't think Doom Guy will happen, it was that one interview from the, was it Marty Stratton from idsoft? I think that's really the one thing that people point to. Grant Kirkhope was kind of saying like, don't hold your breath for Banjo before we got Banjo. So people can just lie and deflect. So yeah, I think Doom Guy is still definitely a possibility in the running here. The other tough thing with Doom Guy is that now that Bethesda and id are owned by Microsoft, would Microsoft put in Master Chief or would they put in Doom Guy, or was that acquisition after maybe plans to put Doom Guy in Smash already happening or whatever? No idea what's happening behind the scenes with either of those characters, if either of them get in. It's kind of one of those things that I think after it happens, if it was Doom Guy, it would make sense from one perspective. If it was Master Chief, it would make sense from a different perspective, but only after it happens can we look back on it and be like, yeah, it makes sense, it was them instead of the other one. But tough to say who it would actually be. To Acorn says, imagine the roster against Darkon and then suddenly Babadiga Bowser gets flipped over and 3 mass Crash uses him to jump up to spin away Darkon. Yeah, I mean, Crash jumping in to Smash would be huge. Crash is a big gaming icon, so definitely a character to end on. We have Sonic playing right here, right now. And seeing Mario and Sonic fight in Smash was huge. Back in Brawl, and seeing Mario and Sonic and Crash fight together would be huge. Though I think the Crash reveal trailer I want to see is mascot costume Crash with the mega horn. Like, I just really want to see that. Him like yelling outside the Nintendo building, and then like Mario, like a guy in a Mario costume come out and be like, "What?" And then they just fight, and then it cuts to Smash. I think it's like a perfect trailer for Crash. Roberto Solis says, "Do you think the fighter releases tomorrow as well?" There was something, I don't remember what it was, something with like an eShop thing update. I read it real quick, so I can't even tell you guys what it was, where people were kind of saying they don't think the fighter will release tomorrow. I don't remember exactly, why that was. Something with like some eShop thing hasn't updated or something. So I don't know. Potentially they could. Might have to wait a little while. Either way, it's the end of speculating the characters. If I have to wait like a week to actually play as the final one, I'd almost rather hold out a little more waiting because, once the character's in our hands, it's like, that's it. It's totally over. So I wouldn't mind waiting a little while to actually be able to play the character. Not too long. I don't want to wait like a month. But if it was like later this week, I'd be okay with that. And I got a few days of anticipation left. Jeff Can't Cry. Thoughts on From Software character? I'm spacing on what FromSoft makes. I recognize the name and I can't put... Usually I'm really good at this. I can't put games to FromSoft right now. You don't have to donate or anything. Who was this? Jeff Can't Cry. Jeff Can't Cry, if you write something in here, I'll try to spot your name if you can remind me of what FromSoft has. VG Squirrel said, it's still so weird that we haven't seen a Koei Tecmo rep. Would love to see Hayabusa, and also I would love to get a more traditional All-Star mode. Yeah, it is really weird. that we haven't, that like Koei Tecmo has been here from the beginning because they were part of the one of the assist trophies. There was a Fatal Frames assist trophy, and then obviously they helped with Three Houses, so they're kind of here with Byleth and a few other things. I think there was like a Koei Tecmo Spirit event maybe. So yeah, it is a little weird. And Koei Tecmo is just so close with Nintendo. They helped. Yeah, it was Hyrule Warriors. I think got a Spirit event, and they helped with Hyrule Warriors. So yeah, it's weird. It is weird to not have something from a character from Koei Tecmo. But you can say the same thing about Ubisoft. Same thing about a lot of companies that are close with Nintendo. So sometimes it just doesn't happen. Toast Servant donated $1. Thank you. Alexander Pobutsky said, Sakurai just posted a pic. Thoughts? I haven't seen it. So should I? Oh, is Dark Souls FromSoft? Is that who FromSoft is? Yeah. But I think Bandai Namco actually owns it, right? Is that correct? I feel like that's what it is. I talked about that a little earlier. Yeah, Dark Souls would be really cool. I just don't know if we double up on Bandai Namco characters. FromSoft is Dark Souls. Yeah, okay, there you go. Okay, cool. So they do like what Dark Souls and Bloodborne and those games. Okay, the Souls games. Yeah. Okay. I guess because Alexander Pobutsky. I don't know if I'm saying your last name right. I don't know if I'm saying anybody's name right. I'm terrible at pronouncing stuff. I grew up in the era of hooked on phonics, where it was like you pronounce it how the letters are, and that's not English at all. So, and a lot of people's names aren't English, and a lot of people's internet names are just bizarre. So, sorry if I pronounce things bad. Psyduck said, "Cheers, Papa." Thanks, Psyduck. $2. Thank you. Yeah, let me pop over on Twitter real quick. So I'm not gonna look at chat for a second and just see if Sakurai actually did post a picture. And then potentially I'll share that with, I'll put it on the screen or something if he did. But let me take a look here. Masahiro Sakurai, Twitter. Oh, it's his pick of the day. Okay, so yeah, 14 minutes ago. It's a picture of Incineroar, Wolf, and Ridley, and they're all like yelling, and they're on one of the Pokemon League stages. I think it's the League from Black and White. Yeah. So I don't know what that. I don't know if that would hint at something. Generally, Sakurai doesn't hint with his pictures. I think they just kind of happen. So I'm gonna not read into that hint the night before, because I don't think any of his pictures have ever been a hint towards the final character. Dylus said, Ed welcomes his competition to the Good Berg Wait Wrong game speculation. Yeah, I would love to get Keenan and Kel or Ed from Good Burger, Kel played in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl would be awesome. I finally got to see Zim's moveset earlier. I won't spend too much time on Nickelodeon here because it's the last time to speculate Smash Ultimate. We could speculate Nickelodeon DLC for a long time. But I finally got to see Zim's moveset earlier today and a bunch of stuff from the game. So pretty excited. Haven't got my hands on the game yet, but hopefully tomorrow, probably later on after the Smashville and stuff, I'll probably run out and buy it. If the Smash character comes out tomorrow or not, I don't know when I'll actually have a chance to play it. But yeah, tomorrow or this week's going to be big. We have Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl coming out, last Smash character, Metroid Dread at the end of the week. I don't know when I'm going to have time to play all this stuff. That's pretty much going to be my week, though, just playing video games. But yeah, I'm very excited about Zim, and the way Gur works seems really cool and stuff. So I'm excited to play that game. Zim's probably gonna be my main. So Pink Starburst 99 said, "Thank you for being here every step of the way, hoping for another wave so we can speculate with you more and more." Excuse me. Thank you. Yeah, it would be awesome if we got another wave or something like that. I'm doubtful we will, because they seem very clear that Challenger Pack 11 is the end. But yeah, if they were like surprise Fighter Pass 3, would be amazing. Schultz said, a pretty big sleeper character nobody talks about is Lara Croft. Thoughts? I talked about Lara Croft before. Yeah, she'd be great because she's one of the biggest female gaming icons out there. But the tough thing with her is that she's owned by Square, and I think Square just has so much competition. We only have Final Fantasy VII, but there's so many Final Fantasy games that could be represented. Chrono Trigger, Gino obviously is very wanted by Smash fans. I mean, he's got the Mii costume now, so maybe he's out of the running for this game. But yeah, Lara Croft is a big gaming icon. But I think the reason she doesn't get talked about too much is just because of her ownership from Square. Toast Servant Donate $5. Thank you. Benj Ross 1 said, last chance for Pajama Sam. Is that like, that's like the, it's like Blue, right? And it's like a computer kids like learning game. Anyone play Putt Putt, the purple car game? My brother was really into Putt Putt when he was like really little. He played it on the computer all the time, so Putt Putt for Smash. Robert Contreras. Hey, PapaGenos, do you think Breadbug will be Challenger Pack 11? Probably not, but I did talk about Pikmin earlier. I am a Pikmin fan. Isn't Breadbug, like, unkillable? You have to, like, what do you have to do? It has to, like, pull something into its hole or something to kill it. It's a weird boss. I know it's, like, a really weird boss. So you fight it on, like, it's like a food table or whatever. Yeah, I doubt it's Breadbug, but I like Pikmin. Super Blackarot said, what you think about Jack and Dexter's chances? LOL. Probably low. Someone mentioned Ratchet and Clank before. I feel like there's like, I hate to say this because obviously people can be a fan of different platformers like that. I feel like there's like tiers to platformers. There's like Mario up at the top. Then you got your Sonic and Crash Bandicoot level. Rayman's kind of up there too. Stuff like that. And then you get a little lower and it's like Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Dexter and stuff. I don't know if this is just me, the way I think of stuff. Spyro's probably in between that Rayman Crash level. And like, I just think of them at different levels. And I don't know if like Ratchet and Clank or Jack and Dexter would get in before like they go for like, if we're gonna do another platformer, let's go get Crash Bandicoot. But that's just the way I think about it. You know, the Smash does not follow rules like that at all. It's just the way my own mind like tiers those platformer games. I guess a lot of people could probably say, well, Banjo-Kazooie was down there too. He's like, but Banjo-Kazooie has ties to Nintendo and stuff. I don't know. It's just my own personal stuff. Jack and Dexter's cool. Ratchet and Clank's cool. It'd be cool to get them in Smash. I wouldn't complain at all. They're definitely cool characters. Got really cool movesets, but just the way I think about them. Shadow Pup 3T said, hello Papa, what happens if it's Ratchet and Clank since they are action platformers and one of PlayStation's icons as well? I just talked about all that. So, yeah, it would be cool, but not who I'm expecting. Josh Sketch Show, Pajama Sam and Freddy Fish Gang rise up. Yeah, I think Freddy Fish was another one of those like educational computer games. Shattered HCD said, Reader Rabbit books it to the competition. I don't know Reader Rabbit. That's one I do not know. Jay Poffers said, did you see my post I sent you? Maybe, probably. Jay Poffers, I definitely recognize your name, so I don't know, but I've read so much stuff today, like I'm all over the internet reading stuff. So if you like sent me a private message or you posted something on Twitter and tagged me in it, I probably saw it, but what it said specifically, I do not recall just by your name. I'm bad at remembering people's names in avatar icons and stuff like that, so yeah, sorry. I probably did, though. I have caught up with all my messages and pretty much looked at stuff all day long, and I want to make sure, just in case anybody was like, hey, so I got some final info for you here, something like that, but sadly, no final leaks. Though I say sadly, but honestly, I kind of don't really want to know who the last character is at this point, like, until the reveal. Like, I'd rather it not leak at this point. Maybe a week ago, it would have been like, okay, something to talk about, but the Sora leak to talk about up until this point, Sakurai's tweets and stuff to talk about. So I'm happy. We had good speculation up until the end, and we don't know for sure who it is. So happy to just be surprised tomorrow at this point. MacGyver Game said, what would you think if it is Sakurai last Smash game if we got the same people who are doing Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl to do the next Smash? I think they're a small indie studio. I think probably Nintendo would want to keep it close to home in Japan, and probably I think like Namco, the Namco team that he's already put together would probably be who he'd pass it off to. Who would direct it? I don't know. Maybe someone from within that team. But my guess would be, if this was Sakurai's last Smash game, he'd probably pass it off internally. But it's not to say Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl people don't seem to get, platform fighters. They definitely do. And it would be cool if one day, I don't know, somebody who works on Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl eventually moved over to Nintendo or Bandai Namco and worked on a Smash game. That'd be great. Their input would probably be amazing there, but I doubt it would pass over to them. Do I think the missing URL code on the Nintendo eShop is actually all the returning stages in a pack? I don't know if they return all the stages, because some of them have legitimate issues, like like jumping into the background or something with the way the stage transforms that I don't think works around like Pokemon Trainer and stuff. And there's some of the stages like the Pac Maze stage that worked specifically on the DS because it was like your screen has to be different from everyone else's screen. They could potentially tweak some of those stages to work, and maybe that's what they've been working on. And I'd love for that missing URL spot, if it's not a bonus character, if it's bonus stages, something like that would be pretty awesome too. So I'd love to find out what that missing URL is. I mean, maybe it's nothing. Maybe it was just a website mistake, but it's really interesting. So someone said check Smash JP Twitter. All right, I'll be right back, chat. I'm going to go check Smash JP Twitter. Excuse me. Smash Bros. JP, yeah. Oh, they posted the banner here? Okay, let's see. This was, yeah, like 20 minutes ago. The Final Fighter announcement is approaching tonight in the last special program that will be broadcast from 23 o'clock today. This is Japan time, so, you know, it's kind of like tomorrow for us. Or where I am right now, it's like we have like under an hour, and then it'll be midnight and technically the next day. The Last Fighter is open to the public. Please check the program to see who will decorate the finale of the biggest festival in history that transcends the boundaries of the game series. Whoa, they are hyping this up so hard. Transcends the boundaries of the game series? I mean, did Push Dustin... All right, I gotta check Push Dustin, see if he has translated this yet. It was only out for like 20 minutes, though. Don't think Push Dustin translated it yet. Okay, so all I have to go off of is the Google translation. Oh, man. Oops. Move that for you guys. Sorry, I keep letting that go dark. I'm like half paying attention to that, half paying attention to the screen. Whew. Okay. Yeah, transcends gaming. That to me sounds like, I mean, I don't even know if I should take any of these as hints, but that would mark something like Sora, which would be like adding Disney stuff or something, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if we should read into all these tweets so much. Again, reading into Sakurai's Japan only tweet makes me think like Master Chief. So again, reading into tweets is just reading into tweets. BlazeFawn385 said, would you prefer a sequel to Ultimate or a deluxe edition with more content? I would prefer a deluxe edition with more content. I don't really see what you can do differently that you couldn't just continue DLC with this game. And when you make a new game, you risk losing some of the characters. And I am a fan of it being a celebration of gaming. All the stuff that it can be in one game is what draws me to Smash more than anything else. I like other aspects of Smash. I like the platform gameplay was awesome. You know, I've been a fan of Smash since 64 and stuff like that. I like a lot about it. But my favorite thing is it being a crossover of all of gaming because I'm a fan of all of gaming. Yeah, I'd rather just get a Smash Ultimate Deluxe, keep going with characters, keep going with stages, and, you know, if we need more modes and things like that, better online, fix it in the Deluxe. But I don't see any necessity for making a whole new game at this point. There's different things they could do if it is a whole new game, but what would I rather get? Definitely just a deluxe version and keep going. I really don't want this to end. If Nintendo should have any game that is just continually supported, like, you know, other game series are, Fortnite, League of Legends, stuff like that, I think Smash should be their game that they do that with. So a Smash Deluxe with another like Fighter Pass 3 or something, that would be what I want. St. Potter said, FYI, Chief was prob deconfirmed Peep Fidel's tweet. Okay, I don't know who Fidel is, but maybe I'm following them. I would have to go look. All right, let me go type in Fidel to Twitter and see if I'm following who that might be. I don't think I am. If that's someone who works on like Halo or Microsoft or something, I'm not noticing the name from just Fidel. So if someone knows more about the potential Master Chief deconfirmation, oh, it's Fidel Castro. That's what someone said. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not with us any longer. Fidel Games Cage. Okay, let me go look that up. Didn't bring anything up on Twitter. I don't know. I need like the exact Twitter name to find it. Just Games Cage. Games Cage. I'll look up Games Cage. Games Cage. I'm doing one word. Is it Twitter that I'm looking up? Just witnessed a live deconfirmation of Master Chief. Okay, yeah. So click. They have a video. What is their deconfirmation? Maybe DLC one day. It looks like it's someone else in their video that is deconfirming it. Okay, and someone else is tagging me in this. I'm not understanding it. Anyone have an explanation? I'm trying to read it. It's a YouTube guy. So somebody on YouTube, and anybody want to write like a real explanation here? I will try to read it if somebody writes something long about what is happening with Master Chief. Did someone from like Halo or Microsoft say it's not Master Chief? I'm assuming that's what it is. I'm kind of seeing. I see the Games Cage thing where it's like something on Twitter, but I can't read the name of the person in his video, and I don't want to make his video big because I feel like it's going to take over my screen and everything here. Do we think a Valve character would get in? Yeah, it's possible. We talked about that a little bit. My favorite Valve game is the Left 4 Dead series, but obviously it doesn't really have a single protagonist. You could do, I guess, just a bunch of them, like Survivors or something, and do a bunch of them. But it's got zombies and stuff. We didn't get Resident Evil. And I have a suspicion we didn't get that because of just the bloody nature of zombies and stuff like that. But they also have like Portal. They have Half-Life characters that could get in Smash probably without the difficulties of a zombie game. So yeah, I'd be very cool with any Valve rep. Team Fortress 2 would be cool. Yeah, I'd be cool with a Valve rep. They just don't have a ton of ties to Nintendo. Obviously, that doesn't have to be there though, because we've gotten stuff like Persona before we got any Persona stuff with Nintendo. So, but yeah, I would be cool with a Valve rep. Kyler532, thanks for all your videos last couple of years, holding out hope for a Zeke Julie Zombies Ate My Neighbor's costume or even them as the last character. Yeah, me too. Actually, I ordered the Switch version, which I heard isn't that good, but I ordered like the deluxe limited run game one because it had like the squirt gun and a bunch of stuff, so I still haven't gotten that. I know limited run games I think takes a long time before they actually send you their big limited game package things, but yeah, I bought that a while ago. I was going to say, check my Twitter DMs. All right, let's see. I can go over the DMs. Somebody DM me what the heck is going on. Oh, okay. Tay, Papa Chief deconfirmed. Okay, so this says John Janizes. I can't even say the last name. Maybe one day. The last match was photo as a character from the last game he played. AKA not happening, but would be sick. I don't know who this person is. If they are involved with Halo, I'm not aware. Halo community manager at 343 Industries is what their profile says. Okay, so it says maybe one day. They didn't say no. They said maybe one day. Keep in mind, Grant Kirkhope said before E3, don't hold your breath for Banjo. And then we got Banjo. So, it sounds like a deconfirmation, but I would actually say that the wording is very, very specific. It just says maybe one day. So I wouldn't count him out just yet. I think it's probably... It could go one of two ways. It could be a deconfirmation, or it could be a sly, like, nah, probably not. And then tomorrow, we're all surprised it's Master Chief. Adam Schwartz said, Nintendo cast Charlie Day as Luigi, but then decided to not cast Danny DeVito as Mario. Do they hate money or something? I don't know why they didn't. Okay, I guess the one thing is Danny DeVito is older, and they may want to make more Mario movies, and I love Danny DeVito. I absolutely don't want him to pass away ever. If he could live forever, that'd be great. But, he is an older guy. It's possible if they had him voice a major Mario character that they would not be able to make sequels and stuff in a certain amount of years that they may want to continue doing. So they may have, specifically cast a younger actor to play Mario in case they want to do this for a while. But Danny DeVito being Mario's voice would have been perfect. Missed opportunity. Unfortunate that we went so many years without a Mario movie or something and not choosing Danny DeVito. He'd make a good Wario too, though. So, you want to have him voice Wario would be great. With Charlie Day in there, maybe he can try to push the Danny DeVito envelope, and maybe we'll get him as like Wario or something. Said, look at the reply. Okay, so I'm going back to John Junizek. I don't know how to say the last name. A Halo community manager at 343 Industries. The reply they said is AKA not happening, but would be sick. Okay, so that feels like more of a that feels more like a straight deconfirmation. I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure if he'd be in on it or what, but yeah, maybe it's not Master Chief. In which case, I'd lean towards Sora, because I'm kind of like Sora Master Chief ending is what I'm feeling. Because I did call this a prediction video, right? So here's the thing. I have no idea who it's going to be. If it's someone like Phoenix Wright or Hayabusa, character I've been talking about for a while that I love to see, awesome, cool, very happy. I'd be hyped personally. If it's someone first party even, Breath of the Wild, I'm a big Zelda fan. Chorus Kids, I actually like Rhythm Heaven. I'd love to see the Gametsu League finish out. Waluigi, I'd be happy with all that stuff. But my hope, beyond Geno somehow getting in, is that it's just going to be a big, giant hype character, one of the biggest moments of Smash Ultimate. And I believe those are Sora, Master Chief, Crash Bandicoot, or Doom Guy, or Jonesy Fortnite. But I'm not huge on Fortnite. So, what would I like to see at the end here? One of those four. So, at this point, I feel like Sora is the front runner if that does deconfirm Master Chief. So, I guess my prediction would be Sora. But I was also leaning Master Chief right before just seeing that. So, obviously, these things change all the time. My prediction and my hope is just it's a big hype ending reveal. So, we will see. We will see what happens. Okay, let me scroll down here. Yes, people are saying Chief deconfirmed. So yeah, it's possible. John Janizek deconfirmed. He's a Halo community manager at 343, and his first thing just says maybe one day, which feels more like the Grant Kirkhope, don't hold your breath for Banjo, maybe one day. Surprise, that day's tomorrow. But the second reply that he did that just says, AK not happening, but would be sick, makes me feel like that could be seen as a deconfirmation of Master Chief, or at least he's not aware of Master Chief if it was. And I wasn't aware of this person. I don't follow the devs of Halo and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly how big a community manager for Halo would be and know about stuff like that. But potentially a deconfirmation for Master Chief, which is unfortunate if true, because Master Chief was one of the endings I'm hopeful for here. But if that's the case, then hopeful for Sora or Doom Guy or Crash Bandicoot. those are the endings I'd like to see. We're down to the wire, man. I'm just scared of what's gonna happen with Sora fans since the hashtag was trending this weekend. Yeah, I mean that's always the thing. There can always be a lot of fallout after we don't get a character that a lot of people are hopeful for. So hopefully it's somebody big and it's just a big enough moment that everybody's happy, or at least the majority is fairly happy. Like I said in my last video, there's been so many great moments in Smash, though, that even if the ending isn't what someone personally wants, any individual one of us personally wants, we will be able to look back on this game, and I am sure there's some character, there's some moment, there's some aspect of Smash Ultimate that is great, whether that's being able to turn off stage hazards or that Banjo-Kazooie got in the game. Whatever is awesome to you about Smash Ultimate, something great was confirmed. Every character coming back, things like that. I guarantee you every Smash fan has a hype moment from this game. So however it ends, overall, this game was incredible. Sakurai and team did an amazing job, and we should all be very thankful and very happy about those amazing moments we got. Hopefully, we have one more amazing moment. I don't know if it's going to be anyone's or everyone's personal favorite amazing moment they're hopeful for, but hopefully it will be a hype amazing moment at the end as well. But we will see. Mojo Jojo said, "Who is the worst case scenario for you outside of Jonesy?" Ooh, that's tough. Worst case scenario, I guess it would probably just be someone that I don't really. I can't even say it's someone I don't talk about, because there are games I like that I don't really speculate about because I just don't think they could happen, but would be exciting. I don't care for Fortnite, and Fortnite seems plausible. So yeah, Jonesy would probably be my personal worst case scenario. But like I just said, this game has had so many amazing moments. If it just goes out on Fortnite, then so be it. It's a huge game. Cool, we got a shooter rep, a Western shooter rep, just to have that genre in there. And I'll just think of it like that. Cool, we got that genre. Even if it wasn't my favorite game from that genre, that would be the ending that I probably wouldn't like the most, that feels plausible. But beyond that, it's really hard to think of what else I wouldn't like, because I don't know. Another Fire Emblem character. I would sometimes say Pokemon, but I like Pokemon a lot, and it's just that Pokemon just seems very plausible, but doesn't seem very hype. But I love Pokemon, so if it was a good Pokemon, in the moment I might just be like, oh, we ended on Pokemon. But then I might be like, this is actually one of my favorite Pokemon. There's so many Pokemon, it's hard for me to say Pokemon as a broad term is disappointing, because what if it's one of my favorite Pokemon? What if the moveset is really cool, like Gengar or something? Like I love the Ghost Pokemon, would be really cool to get. Eevee with a bunch of evolution, something like that. These could be maybe one of my favorite characters, just maybe not what I wanted at the end, because we already have Pokemon repped and everything so well. Yeah, I don't know. Tough to say what I wouldn't want to see tomorrow besides Fortnite. But if it is Fortnite, so be it. I would just, again, gracefully conclude that we had amazing moments in the past, and the ending just wasn't for me, but it was still a big one. Someone said, just looked up the definition of transcend, and it means to go beyond the limit, beyond the range or limit. Sora, maybe. Yeah, that's kind of what I said before when I read that new Smash Bros. JP Twitter tweet, that it kind of made me think Sora and stuff. Earlier, or a little while, I'll wait until this match is over if I want to show the tweet on screen. But a little while ago, I think it was Smash Bros. Let me look it up myself here. I'll leave the game playing for you guys. Yeah, it was Smash Bros. JP. Sakurai tweeted a lot, and Smash Bros. JP have tweeted a lot. Smash Bros. JP tweeted the other day something they used the word imagination, and even Push Dustin's translation of it still had please wait and let your imagination run wild. Still had imagination in there. And imagination, to me, is the type of word. Maybe I just have Sora on my mind. I don't want to push Sora too hard because like the leak is a maybe. I don't know. But Sora's been on my mind because of that. And imagination to me is that type of buzzword that like Disney uses all the time. Like Disney, they always talk about like the Disney company is a magical company. We make dreams come true. We are the imagination factory. Like, they'd use words like that. It's the type of thing that they would say. So to see that word in the Smash Bros. JP Twitter made me instantly kind of think like, yeah, that sounds kind of Disney. And then to see the game is going to transcend gaming or whatever they said. I'll look it up again because that one I don't have saved. They just tweeted it not too long ago. I'll read what the Google translation says anyway for it. The finale of the biggest festival in history that transcends the boundaries of the game series. Yeah, so transcending the boundaries of the game series, to me, yeah, it also sounds kind of like add Disney. That's sort of transcends even the game. Trincid said, glad to have the opportunity to support you. Do you still think a Monster Hunter character could work? And do you think there is more than Challenger Pack 11 in terms of DLC plus updates for Ultimate? Monster Hunter could happen. Monster Hunter is one of those series that has so many characters in it that, like, just because we got that particular Rathalos armor set and stuff, you could still have, like, the character from Monster Hunter. What's the new one? I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, you could definitely have a Monster Hunter character still happen. Kind of like how we had a Heihachi Mii, and then we got Kazuya. Anyway, you could have the Monster Hunter Miis that we got, and you could still get a Monster Hunter character because it doesn't overlap that Mii completely. So yeah, I think that's possible. Capcom, I have talked about, doesn't have a rep yet. Monster Hunter is a huge series from them. I usually talk about Phoenix Wright at this point for Capcom stuff, but yeah, Monster Hunter could happen. As far as more things beyond Challenger Pack 11, character-wise, I'm not too hopeful. We have that missing URL page. There's the possibility the last character could have an echo or something odd like that, maybe. But I'm not counting on it too much. As far as like a Challenger Pack 3, or not Challenger Pack, a Fighter Pass 3, I'm not really I'm thinking about that right now. But yeah, I think Monster Hunter is still in the running. It's not the Capcom character I'm guessing at, but I think Capcom's still in the running. And because of what I said, the Monster Hunter Miis they're not like they're deconfirming all Monster Hunter stuff. They could, we might not. Might be all the Monster Hunter representation. But I think it's plausible. Hex Entertainment said, I just want Chris and Lancer Mii costumes. Yeah, so is that I have not played Deltarune. Chris is Deltarune, right? I think. I I really want us to get a sword fighter Mii costume that's like really good. I think the best one we've gotten so far is Arthur, but I'd love to get like a deluxe one like Shovel Knight or Hollow Knight, that would just be like totally look like the character, because I feel like Mii Gunners and Mii Brawlers have characters like Bomberman or Sans, or Vault Boy, that they can play as and be like, I'm kind of just playing this character. I don't really like the Mii's, but I'm playing this character, and their moveset is just the Mii's, whatever. But Sword Fighter doesn't really have that. Besides, I think the Arthur one. There's probably a few other good ones that I'm just not thinking of. But I would love to get a deluxe one, like Hollow Knight, Shovel Knight, something like that. Roberto Sola said, if it's Sora, what would the spirit board consist of? Potentially Disney stuff, which would be crazy. But there's so many like Organization 13 members. We have Riku, and like there's other things, Roxas, Ventus, Axel. Like there's so many. Aqua. There's so many stuff you can pull from Kingdom Hearts. You could do Kingdom Hearts with a full spirit board, a stage, music, Sora, and take away all the Disney stuff and still represent Kingdom Hearts and still have enough there to represent it. Though I feel like if Kingdom Hearts got in Smash, Sakurai would probably want Disney stuff to represent it correctly, because it is a big part of the game. Did I know that the Nintendo UK named the Sakurai presentation as Final Battle? It's not that for the US. Yeah, I mentioned that in my last video, that the European one says the Final Battle. I don't know if that's just them just taking liberties and just being like, it's the Final Battle, the last character. But it was an interesting thing to name it for sure. And I think I don't know what that would point to specifically, but maybe the CGI trailer is something that kind of ends World of Light or something. That's the only thing I can think of, is that it's like an end battle. But I don't even know if Nintendo Europe would be privy to that information, or if they just took some liberties and just said to call the presentation the Final Battle, just as a nod to Smash as a game where you battle stuff. Trincid said, "Sorry, got to add on. Are you hopeful for more updates like small Battlefield update?" So like what we could get after the last character. I think they will probably still do spirit events. We'll probably get game patches for a while. I don't know how long they'll do spirit events. I don't know if next year we'll still have spirit events going. We'll probably at least through, I would imagine, the end of the year, maybe a little longer. And hopefully patches, at least a few patches, so the final character isn't like super broken like Bayonetta and Cloud were. In specifically Bayonetta in Smash 4. But beyond that, do I think like a small Battlefield update would happen? Maybe a fix to online. I could see Sakurai maybe saying something at the end here, like, we weren't able to totally get the online where I want it, but we're going to continue to work on that, because they said expect more updates to online. So unless they announce tomorrow they've completely fixed it, I could see online potentially getting updated. And we'll have Amiibo happening next year. Like the Fighter Pass 2 Amiibo will happen into next year. So I don't know if Sakurai is going to reveal any more of the Amiibo or all of the Amiibo. But it's possible he won't, and say like they're still in production, but they're going to happen. And then in a Nintendo Direct in like January, February, it'll be like, oh, here's some more Smash Amiibo. So we have stuff like that to look forward to. As far as like adding more stages, there is a few spots for stages. I feel like this is probably the end, because adding anything else would just be, I don't know. I feel like they would want to they want an ending, a solid ending. If they have like, oh, and we're also going to add like maybe a stage or two after this, is a little weird. Besides, I feel like spirit events, tournament stuff, potentially fixing the online, potentially in patches, and then the Amiibo coming out were probably what I expect after this. Maybe we'll get like an extra stage tomorrow, like something like Small Battlefield, but afterwards, I wouldn't count on it. All right, let me see what other people are saying here in chat. Sakurai did say in his tweet that it could be a fighter that we don't know. Is it possible that it could be a character that both Western and Japanese fans don't know? That's possible. That particular tweet he only said in Japanese. It's like his one tweet he didn't translate. Personally, this is what I think happened with it, and this is like kind of squashing speculation on it. I think he probably had all the other tweets ready to go, and so he had someone else like translate them perfectly, so all those tweets were ready, and he probably just added a little more to that one, so it's only in Japanese. That's why it's not translated. And I think all he was really saying was, hey, whether or not you know the character, whether or not it's the character you want, you should still watch the presentation tomorrow. And I think he probably is saying that simply because it is a celebration of gaming. It is the end of Smash. He's probably going to say a bunch of stuff. I thought of one idea. Maybe he'll have a bunch of the creators of all these games say like a thank you message. Like it'll just cut through all that. So if you're a gaming fan, it'd be cool to see all those people in this or something. That sounds a little ambitious. I don't know if that's what would happen. But there might be things like that or something like that. That means like even if you're not into Smash, again, even if it's not the character you want, even if it's not a character you even know, you should watch it because it's a big celebration of gaming. It's a good presentation. So that's I think all he's saying with those tweets. But yes, we can't read into it. It was only said in Japan. He said it was potentially a character you don't know. So maybe that means it's an obscure character. Maybe it means it's specifically an obscure character to the Japanese. First character my mind went to with obscure character to the Japanese was Master Chief, but it's possible it could be someone like, I don't know, Doom Guy or something, especially because we just got apparently a tweet from a Halo community manager, which seems to suggest they're saying it's not Master Chief. But after Grant Kirkhope said, "Don't hold your breath for Banjo," the tweet his reply to his own tweet sounded a little more like, no, it's not him. More so than Grant Kirkhope just saying, "Don't hold your breath." But I don't know. It's in the last hours here. It's so hard to be like, oh, that character's out. This character's number one, most likely. This character's like, we're just moving around so much the last few days. So I don't know. I don't know who it's going to be. A lot of people talking about Banjo in chat. Yeah, I've noticed that this it's had a lot of Banjo players on here, which is great. Banjo is my favorite newcomer for Smash Ultimate and potentially my favorite Smash character. It's between him and Little Mac. It's like Banjo, Little Mac, and Geno. I've talked about this before, but I'll say it here because there's a lot of people watching. So Geno is like obviously my most wanted character and everything like that, but truth of the matter is Banjo-Kazooie, Geno, and Little Mac were all pretty much about equally characters that I wanted back in Brawl. I actually was on a forum before I signed on to Smashboards. I used to just like kind of lurk in Smashboards, but I was on, I think it was called Brawl Central, and the website is totally gone, and my username there was just Little Mac. And when I went over to Smashboards, and finally decided, okay, I'm going to start posting stuff. I need to make an account. I was actually originally going to call my name just Little Mac there again, but the name was taken. And so then I was like, okay, well, if I can't just have literally Little Mac as my name, can I have Geno? Can I have Banjo? Can I have, obviously none of those, they're all taken. And then I thought of like, there's a pizza restaurant called PapaGenos. It's spelled with an I instead of an E. And I thought, oh, that's funny. Well, yeah, I'll do that. So that is why I have the PapaGenos name. So, if I had this channel back when Little Mac got in the game, I was extremely ecstatic. When Banjo got in the game, that was like, I have 2 out of my 3 most wanted characters. The name I have on Smashboards, the name I decided to move to the channel was Geno, and obviously, yeah, he's like my most wanted and most wanted I haven't gotten yet. But it's very close between him, Banjo, and Little Mac. Tough for me to say who was actually my most wanted character ever. So yeah, I'll lay that out there here. I think I've said it before, but yeah. So getting Banjo in the game was huge, and basically absolutely made this game for me. Someone said, "Do I go on Newgrounds, or did I go on Newgrounds?" So I do know about was it Rawest Forest or whatever, the Geno like song has like a rap in it and stuff like that. It was like animated back in the day. I do know about that, but I was like I liked. Hold on. Like, I liked Super Mario RPG back when Super Mario RPG came out. Like, I did not like jump on the Geno train because of Newgrounds animation stuff like that. I saw that and thought, that's cool. I was definitely jumping on the Geno hype train with Brawl speculation and stuff like that. But I remember being a kid and my next door neighbor and me were both playing through Super Mario RPG and playing outside. And like being like pretending to be the characters, and like I would pretend to be Geno. That was when I was like 8, 9 years old or something like that. Yeah, Mario RPG is old school for me. It goes way back before any Newgrounds stuff, any internet stuff, any Smash speculation stuff. Mario RPG is one of my favorite games, and Geno was my favorite character in that game, and I have wanted him to return to Mario ever since then. Thoughts on Porky's chances? I think I mentioned it earlier. But yeah, he's still definitely a possibility. He'd be a great character to show up and be like, aha, I was behind the like Galeem and Darkon the whole time. But it's tough for me to think they'd end on Mother. Excuse me. But yeah, he's definitely a possibility. I like Porky, and he has some Smash history behind him. So I would be a fan. I think his moveset potential is really cool. Again, I'm kind of hoping for something that like just a super hype moment. Not that Porky wouldn't be hype; he'd be hype for me. There's a lot of characters that I would be like, "That's a great character to get in," but I really want to see just everybody out there go, "Wow!" Like someone like Crash Bandicoot, Master Chief, Doom Guy, Sora, someone that just the whole internet is like, "Oh, this is amazing." That's what I'd love for this game to end on, just a big hype moment, and a character, a really great character that feels like they should be in this game, which I think all 4 of those characters feel like they are great characters to add celebration of gaming characters. Not that Porky wouldn't be, but like, he's a good character and everything, but I want something super, super hype at the end. Octopuppet said, what if it's a character that none of us know? Bring Smash full circle and finally bring one of Sakurai's dragon character designs to life. So, yeah, Smash before Smash 64 was Smash 64. I forget what it was called. Something Dragon Fighter or something like that was the original game idea. And they were just, I mean, the images looked just like polygon characters fighting, like a typical fighting game. It was just going to be, his idea was basically just a platform fighter until he got permission from Nintendo to be like, yeah, you can use Nintendo characters and put them all in one game, which I don't know why Nintendo didn't think that would be popular or hadn't done it already. But yeah, so before it was going to be Smash, it was going to be this just typical fighting game, something dragon, something. And I think the models that he originally made were just like humanoid models, and that's where I think Captain Falcon gets kind of modeled after, was just the original character they were kind of working on. So yeah, adding like a dragon fighter thing, and that would be similar in vein of getting Master Hand at the end, or Taboo at the end, or Sandbag, like, a Smash original character. Which it would be neat. I do have nostalgia and love for Smash itself as a series, but Smash is a crossover series first and foremost, and I think it's probably best to end crossing over with one more series. I said this earlier, but I would hate to kind of look back on this and be like, man, after E3 with Tekken, that was the last series that got in Smash, and we waited a month, and no other series that was actually ever going to be added at that point. I'd rather get one final series to cross over and. So yeah, and that brings me back to Sora. Sora is the type of character that he's also from a crossover series, so him crossing into Smash would be huge because it brings all this crossover stuff. I'm not huge on Fortnite, but I have to admit, Jonesy getting in Smash, especially with all the stuff that's crossed over into Fortnite, would blend a crossover with a crossover, and it would be, this monumental occasion of 2 crossovers happening and just blowing open the doors for, what these games kind of contain and link to. So, yeah. Do I think all of Twitter and YouTube would crash if Sora would join? There's definitely, I think Sora, Master Chief, Crash Bandicoot, Doom Guy, and Jonesy are all up there with like Steve in Minecraft. Talking nonstop. Give me a second. And I think any one of those characters has the potential to kind of do what Steve did and potentially like break portions of the internet with how much people would just be like hype posting. So yeah, it's possible. Psychic said the final battle obviously means that the last character is Goldman from House of the Dead. Oh man, so I was playing House of the Dead 2 with my brother like a week or 2 ago. We were playing through it. I forgot, like I knew how funny the voice acting is in that game, but the ha ha ha, I am Goldman, people of the AMS. Like it's the voice acting is hilarious. It's so funny. It's so bad. It's great. And I just love House of the Dead. It's just a fun rail shooter game. But yeah, I would not be, I'd just be laughing at a House of the Dead rep. I was really happy in Wreck-It Ralph. They have the zombie with they have like a 2-axe wielding zombie, which looks like a House of the Dead zombie. I was really happy at that reference. So a lot of it's weird. The Wreck-It Ralph had a lot of references to games that you're not like quite sure if it's a reference to that game. Definitely, but I was pretty sure it was House of the Dead. So yeah, that was great. Yeah, the voice acting. Gee, no, like this is so funny. It's so good. Let's see what people are saying. 90 Day Fiance 696969 said the company that makes Smash is called Sora. LOL. Yeah, that's what Sakurai named his little side company that I think is just him and maybe his wife. I think it's literally just a company that those are the only people who work for it. And I think that company's only job is like Sakurai going to other companies and making deals. I think the Sora company literally exists to have a easy middleman company to make deals with other companies. I think that's the whole purpose of it. But yeah, he did name it Sora. I don't know if that had anything to do with Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Sora's just, a pretty popular Japanese name. But yeah, it is called Sora, so it's interesting. Herpderp said, I love some of you guys' names are great. Herpderp said, what if we got a true create your own character? It could have us pick moves from every fighter in the game along with maybe some original moves. If they added like stage builder, if they had a character builder and it was actually pretty good, like the Mii's are kind of the character builder, but if they made one that was like, yeah, you really get to pick the proportions, you can pick any move. I mean, that character would be absolutely broken for tournament play. Probably have to get banned, but it could make some dreams come true. I think we'll probably have to just hope for people who are good at modding to just get better at modding Smash Ultimate as time goes on to get more characters. But I think our create your own character already exists, and it's the Mii's. And however you feel about the Mii's, I think that is our create your own character. Because when they first showed off the Mii's, the way they kind of sold it was they showed some celebrities as Mii's, they showed some like historical figures, they showed Nintendo employees as Mii's. So I think they were selling the Mii's as our create your own fighter character. Someone asked, do you think a Valve character would get in? I talked about this earlier. Yeah, I think Valve is possible. They don't have a huge connection to Nintendo, though, and I honestly wouldn't even be able to choose. Like, Gordon Freeman probably has the Legacy, and Half-Life, I think, has the Legacy. Shell from Portal has maybe a moveset that's maybe the most interesting they could pull. I see most people want Team Fortress stuff, because that game's probably their biggest. I personally, my favorite Valve game is Left 4 Dead, so I'm over here kind of on the outskirts of everybody. But Valve is a great company, and any one of those games is an absolute classic. And they're one of the best game companies because of their quality of their games. Oh no, communication errors occurred. Did this whole thing? Oh no, okay, we're good, I guess. Maybe one of them closed. Oh no, the whole thing ended. All right. Kennedy640 said thoughts on Reimu from Toho. I'm not that. I've played Toho. I played Toho game once. I worked. I'll make an arena in a second, but I'll tell the story. I played Toho game once in my whole life. I worked at a retro gaming store, and someone brought in a flat screen TV, turned it sideways so it was like vertical. It was like lengthwise vertical. It was longer. Booted up a Toho game. I don't know if it was like downloaded onto a hacked Wii or something. I don't even know. And it was cool bullet hell. And I played it a little bit. It looked awesome. It was really cool playing it on the flat screen that way. So yeah, it was cool. But I don't have much personal connection to Reimu or Toho. I'm aware it's like the oldest like indie game pretty much, basically the granddaddy of indie games, and that Reimu would be cool. But she's very obscure to the Western audiences, and there's also some weird, like, the legal rights are like they're so loose that she'd be easy to get in, but they're also so loose that it's like it's not clear what is official for Toho. I don't know if Nintendo would want to add that to Smash. But I know she has a ton of fans who want her to be in Smash. She would be a cool indie rep. I also like Quote from Cave Story, because that's also one of the older indie games and stuff. So yeah, I have mixed feelings. She wouldn't be a character for me. I'd be cool with her getting in. Will she get in? I think she has a tough road to get in. She's not particularly for me, but I do think she has the legacy and is cool. I hope that goes over all my Toho Reimu stuff. Hyson said, Postum's community support and engagement coordinator at 343 Industries replied to Unyasek, the guy who posted the Master Chief potential deconfirmation thing on Twitter, saying, "It's not Tuesday, John. Probably just a funny gaffe." Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the Halo community managers would even know if Master Chief was coming, but maybe they just haven't heard anything, so they're thinking no. Or maybe they're just messing around with people because he is happening. I don't know. It can go anyway. We're hours away. We'll just see it in a bit. All right. I guess I'll create another arena here. People want another. Do I have to do the more settings again? Okay, no, I have 8. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry that the connection died here. Reimu Sakurai for Smash said, "Sup, Papa? Just thought I'd stop by and say hello." Hello. I was just talking about Reimu. I hope you already heard my Reimu discussion here. Ryan Witt said, my uncle works for Nintendo, and I can confirm that Adam Sandler will be voicing Gino in the Super Mario movie. I don't care who's voicing Gino. If Gino got in the Mario movie, any voice, I'm happy. Mustache D. Luffy said, what if Sakurai trolled everyone and added Goku from Yuyuki, the NES game? He could also transcend boundaries by adding Kurusu from Steingate. Yeah, so the NES game it's like was it Journey to the West, the one about the monkey, the thing that Dragon Ball Z or Goku is based on the Monkey King from like the India thing who has the staff and everything. Whose name is eluding me at the moment. Yeah, there's an NES game, or his name is Goku. There's an NES game with that character, and his name's Goku in the game, and it would be funny to put Goku in, but it's gaming Goku. It's an old NES game. I've heard the joke before. All right, create arena. And I will spectate again. I can tell my brother was the last one to create an arena because we have we have Metroid music going, and he really likes this song. I don't know if you guys can hear the music. It's just my microphone and my TV. I have the sound down kind of a bit. It's pretty low. Let me go back up. Destructor Pinata said, do you believe that Crash has big chance due to them not making any big announcements for his anniversary yet? Maybe. I mean, they've made a lot of announcements for his anniversary. I don't know if I don't know how to think about the Crash anniversary thing. If like they're really saving something big, and that big thing is Crash coming to Smash. It's possible, but I'm just uncertain about it. Just very very uncertain about Crash happening at this point. But hey, maybe, and I'd be so happy about it. I've said this before. I think I said it in my last video, but the like original heart and soul of Smash Brothers, like what Smash Brothers is to me anyway, and I feel like Sakurai, this was the original intent and everything, was to take a bunch of different games and have their series protagonists, their mascots, be in one game together and fight it out to have these games fight against each other. Like that feels like that's the heart and soul of Smash. And Mario versus Sonic versus Crash Bandicoot was like the console wars incarnate in marketing and advertising throughout, the late 90s and everything. So to see that Nintendo versus Sega versus PlayStation versus Sony or whatever, in Smash by getting Crash there, it would be huge. It would really be the heart and soul of what Smash is to begin with. So yeah, Crash would be awesome. Conversely, though, I can say, a lot of those major characters I've mentioned, I feel like do that to a different extent as well. Sora being a big crossover character, a character everybody wants, bring in Disney, bring in another major company like that, kind of fulfills that crossover aspect of Smash. So they're a big character for that. Master Chief or Doom Guy, it's the first-person shooter genre. It's either the, granddaddy of them, basically, not the original, but the big one everybody remembers, Doom, or it's Halo, the one that really pushed it online and turned it into what it is today. Either one of those characters feel like adding a major genre to Smash. So any one of the big characters I've been talking about, I feel like would be so hype. And one of the reasons they're so hype is because they fill a special part of Smash. They enhance what Smash already is in their own special ways. Gage Baumgard said, Pajama Sam for Smash. Yeah, we talked about Pajama Sam earlier. I believe it was an educational game for PC. My brother played Putt Putt. I don't know if I ever saw Pajama Sam. I've seen him. I know he's like a blue kid or something like that. But I never played that one, and I was probably a little older when those games came out. My brother played Putt Putt. The PC game that I remember that sometimes comes up in Smash speculation as like a joke is Lego Adventure Island. What's the pizza kid's name? I don't remember his name. He comes up sometimes in speculation. That was like one of my first like PC games that I played. That was my PC game anyway. We had some other PC games. Loom. I don't know if anybody knows Loom. And we had Myst, but I didn't play Myst until I was a little older because it's Myst. But I remember one of my friends came over one day and he knew how to beat Myst, and I could never get anywhere in Myst. And he sat down and he beat it in I don't know, half hour, an hour, something like that. And I was just shocked, watching him just be and then you go here, and then you do this, and then you go over here, and then you do this. And I was like, whoa, I've never been able to open any of this. Andy Anderson said, just wanted to extend a sincere thank you for the content over the years. Thank you for keeping Smash hype alive. We're lucky to have you around. Thank you. Yeah, I like being a hype man for this game. It's fun. I love Smash, and I know a lot of people Obviously, hype responsibly and stuff like that. Don't get your hopes so high and be disappointed and stuff like that. But I think one of the big major things about Smash is that it keeps us all very engaged in not just Smash, but gaming. Because you learn about all these series, you read about all these characters and stuff like that, just speculating. I think is a really, really cool thing, really cool part of gaming culture and stuff like that. It's kind of gone way beyond this game, which this game, gets talked about all the time as being a celebration of gaming, going beyond the game itself. So yeah, I'm very happy to be a guy who keeps the hype alive, keeps everybody up to date on where people are thinking this game could go and the potential of it and stuff like that. So thank you for those kind of words. Peter Sushi Man said James Bond, since October 5th is James Bond Day. Yeah, I mentioned that in my last video actually. I don't think it would actually be James Bond, but Sakurai has mentioned him before. So I don't know, maybe. If we did get James Bond in Smash, I would want it to literally represent GoldenEye 007 for the N64 though. So I'd want James Bond to be like Polygon, like a Polygon character. Hey Poppet, so wait, we got through the entire DLC without Echo Fighters. Will Sakurai acknowledge that tomorrow? Yeah, Echo Fighters feel like a very underutilized aspect of this game. I remember when they first announced Echoes with Daisy, I thought, move my chair here a little bit. When they first announced Echo Fighters with Daisy, I assumed we would get like quite a lot of them. And even though he said, there won't be too many characters, I thought, well, this is a great way to pad out the roster. And at first, in base game, we got, what felt like a decent amount for base game. But then when DLC got confirmed, they said, well, none of these are going to be Echo Fighters. I thought, okay, well, they're doing that because, they don't want to sell you like, well, this is a real fighter and this one's just an Echo Fighter. But I still thought like, oh yeah, maybe we'll get some Echo Fighters at some point during all this. And we never got any more. And there's such a great way to just make the roster a little bigger, fulfill a few more dreams for people who really want to see characters out there. I mean, Dixie Kong, Shadow, those characters have gigantic fan bases, and I know they'd probably rather their characters be unique fighters, but I mean, if you get them in as an Echo, at least they'd be in there. Heck, a character like Elf as an alt costume for a character, I think most people would be happy to have if it's a character they really want to see. So Deluxe Me costumes, Echoes, I think those are great ways to get characters essentially in the game, who they just don't have time to make characters for. And I really wish they'd gone more all in on Deluxe Me's and Echoes. I feel like if they didn't make I know they don't make a distinction between Deluxe and normal Me's, but I feel like if they took all the time they put into the Me's, the other Me's, and only made like a couple more Deluxe Me's or a couple Echo Fighters or something. I know siphoning time is like, it's not exactly how game design works. But yeah, I think a few more Echoes could have been really, really nice for the roster. We got like Impa, be another Zelda rep because Zelda really feels like it needs another Zelda rep. Dixie Kong's been wanting for a long time. Shadow, Easy Echo, Sonic, and then the Sonic series doesn't have just one fighter because it's Sonic. It should probably have a lot of, potentially as a third party series could have a lot of characters. So yeah, it's a little disappointing they didn't do more Echoes. So maybe at the end we could get some. 4 more would completely fill out the roster. Would be cool. And I can think of like 4 Echoes that would be like pretty major and give this game fill in a lot of little holes and help a lot of things just feel a little bit more complete. Like I just said, with like the Sonic series or the Zelda series feeling a little bit bigger. I don't know what else you could add. There's definitely a lot of potential Echo options out there. Diamond Death said, doesn't Disney have Imagination Studios or something? Yes, they do. And that was another reason, like I said earlier, when Smash Bros. JP specifically used the word imagination, that did, and I already had my mind thinking about Sora, that did make me go, that feels very Disney. But who knows? Maybe they just literally meant, let your imagination go wild because it's the last time you speculate. Selvucci91 says, hey man, could always tell you were an honest and sincere person. It's why I appreciate your speculation the most. Looking forward to whatever the future brings. In Geno for Smash 6? LOL, forever hopeful. Yeah, might have to wait till Smash 6 now for Geno, if Geno ever gets in. But one nice thing, and I don't know if this channel helped, but hopefully it did, is that Geno was very... it's a very loud fan base this time around. I think one of the problems was that Square seemed so off the table up until we got Cloud, which was right at the end of Smash 4. So all the hype for Geno was almost like past the Smash ballot. I mean, if you were an old school Geno fan, hopefully you voted. I did. But yeah, Geno definitely had more hype, probably a little later than he maybe needed to. for Smash Ultimate. So hopefully, because he had so much hype during Smash Ultimate, because once we got Cloud, it was like, oh, maybe Geno really could happen. Hopefully the next game they'll have made note that, like, yeah, a lot of people were talking about Geno the whole time for Smash Ultimate. And if this channel helped at all, if I can say at all that we helped push Geno, that'd be great. I do think the Geno fan base itself definitely helped make him get in Smash at all. I mean, he's one of the few Square spirits, and he is a Mii costume. And I don't think that would happen whatsoever. I don't think Geno would have been represented at all or even attempted to get from Square without the Geno fan base. So I think we can all pat ourselves on the back for doing that. I think literally the fan base got that character, some representation in this game. There's a lot of other characters like that too. Shantae definitely feels the same way. Let me go. Lewis P said, "Hey, big fan. Been watching since before Grinch Leak. My friend really thinks it's going to be Chozo from Metroid Dread. Haven't heard this anywhere. Thoughts?" I think somebody asked about that earlier. I think that's probably not what's going to happen. I think Metroid got a lot of representation in this game. Not that means it can't get the final spot either, but we got Ridley, we got Dark Samus, pretty good. And although Nintendo sometimes does like to end promoting something that doesn't make the roster feel dated because it's a newer game, I don't think it's going to be something from Metroid Dread. I think it's just kind of coincidental that's happening this week. Goaty McGoatface said, "Last character is Sora. Who's your main? And is arena open to all?" Yeah, it's just an open public arena. I don't. You probably gotta wait until there's a spot, which might be tough to get into. I just wanted to put some Smash on in the background while I chat, because why not? Lost my train of thought there. Oh, who's my main? My main is Banjo. So I switched my main to Banjo. My original main back in Smash 64 was Kirby, and I kind of stuck with Kirby up through. I played a little bit of Young Link, actually, who's on the screen here. When Little Mac got in, I tried to main Little Mac. I kind of keep a pocket Little Mac because he's just a tough character to call your main, because it's an uphill battle and stuff like that. But he's a great character to have as a pocket character because he does scare some people. He can get wins, and he does have. He has some very bad matchups. So it's tough to have that's why I main and play all the time. But he's great to bust out here and there against certain characters and stuff like that. But Banjo is the character. Once Banjo got in, I was like, yes, I'm maining this character, and I've stuck with that. I need to play more Smash Ultimate though, to be perfectly honest. Since Kazuya came out, I played Kazuya for maybe a week or two after Kazuya came out and was playing Smash. But the last few months, I have not been regularly playing Smash Ultimate. I've had a lot of other games, kind of playing backlog games, and a few other games came out that I got really into. But the thing with Smash Ultimate to me or Smash in general to me, I'm not that great at Smash. I like it, but I feel like I need a community. And ever since all the stuff that's going on with the world, I haven't had the community that I used to have back when Smash 4 was out and when Smash Ultimate first came out. And even when I did have that community, I was working at the place that had the community, so I didn't get to play that much. So I never got that good. My brother's much better at actually playing Smash than I am. But I like having friends over. I like playing Smash. I like casually playing Smash too. It doesn't have to be competitive stuff. And generally, I can pick Smash up in a week or two practice and get decent. I could hold my own in a tournament, not do good, but maybe not get absolutely bodied the whole time by everybody there. I'd maybe win a match or two. But I've never been a tournament winning type person. My brother is like that. He can, I don't know about win a tournament, but he'll place very high. Not like a giant tournament, but a locals. I feel like I need to play more Smash Ultimate, and hopefully this last character is someone that reignites playing it or whatever. Because how it always goes. It feels like a character gets in, then I play it a lot, and then it kind of fades off. But that's how Smash is. I've been playing Smash since 64, so Smash is one of those games that when I get a group of friends going and we're playing it, I'll play it a ton, and then it'll sometimes fade for a few months, and I'll come back to it. It's just one of those things in my life that always it goes up and down. It waves up and down. So, yeah, hopefully this last character is really hype and gets me to go, oh, man, I want to play Smash Ultimate, and I'm playing it heavily for the next month or so. Though I have Metroid Dread coming out, Mario Party Superstars, so that's a little bit definitely casual and just for fun and stuff like that. So there's games I need to play, though. So, I don't know. But it'd be nice to really reignite my Smash love at the end here and play it a lot in the next month or so. Herpdrip said, when I first played Smash 64 as a child, I really wanted Metal Mario playable. Imagine if we got him in the classic Smash 64 look, sounds, and moves. So, my brother's favorite stage from Smash 64 is the Metal Mario stage, and he's always mad that that we never get the Smash 64 stage is playable in Smash 64. I think in Smash Remix, I think they put it in, and a few there's like mods for Smash 64. So my brother's really into Smash Remix, and so he's very happy that the Metal Mario stage is in. And when he saw the stage list for Smash Ultimate, he was like, "Still no Metal Mario stage? They still won't give us that stage." It's one of the odder stages to never really become an official playable stage. Metal Crystal, is that what the stage is called? Yeah, Metal Crystal. Yeah, because it's got like metal crystals there. Yeah, it's a cool stage. I'm a big like Mario 64. I have such fond memories. It's one of the games I'm the most like nostalgic for because I remember getting like an N64. I think it was Christmas. It was either Christmas or my birthday. My birthday's November, Christmas December, so it's always hard for me to remember. And I'm trying to remember when the 64 even came out, but it was either my birthday or Christmas. Got Nintendo 64, got Mario 64. I remember playing it. I remember playing it and playing like Bomb Battlefield and not being good at like walking around because it was like one of the first like 3D games I had ever played. And I remember thinking to myself like, I'm not good at video games anymore. I can't play video games anymore because I'm used to the D-pad. Like this isn't for me. I'm not good at this. And then like an hour or two in, I was like, okay, I kind of get how to walk around in this game. But I remember that. So I have a lot of memories of Mario 64. So Metal Mario and that stage, Metal Crystal, make me very nostalgic for Mario 64. When does Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl launch on Switch? I'm not totally positive of the exact like hour if you're going to buy it like digital or something. Where I am right now, it is already October 5th. So it comes out October 5th, but whether it launches exactly at midnight your time zone or what, I don't know how they're doing it. My plan is to potentially try to go out and buy it tomorrow later on, or like look around. But I don't know who the Smash character is, and if they come out tomorrow, I might have to like slightly postpone when I go out and buy Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. But I'm not too worried about it. Like I feel like, you know, it'll be a game you can probably find. But as far as getting it like digital and right when it comes out, I don't know. I saw people playing it earlier today, but I think they had tester copies or review copies or whatever. So some people, I saw a lot of gameplay footage today, which was great. What do I think of Bandana D or Eggman at the end? I talked about both of them at least briefly a little bit. Bandana D would be cool because Sakurai works on Kirby and stuff, so it'd be cool to have a Kirby character for him at the end. But Bandana D always felt like more of a base game character. And Eggman, I'm a big Dr. Robotnik's awesome. He'd be my number one like Sonic choice for a second Sonic character. But do I think Eggman's gonna finish off this whole thing? Doubtful. I'm doubtful it'll end on a Sonic character like that, but I'd be cool with it. He'd be a cool character to me. He's one of the biggest icons as far as villains go for gaming, so I like that. Corvus wrote, chat jumped up. Corvus wrote, I hope the last fighter could be Crash or something along with a bonus character like Waluigi. That'll become available for buying both passes. Yeah, I would absolutely love a bonus character. I'm not holding out hope for it just because of how clear Sakurai's been that Challenger Pack 11 is the end. Maybe an Echo. I don't know if we'd count that as another character or not. But if we got a bonus fighter, I'm not complaining. I'd be so happy with a bonus fighter. And Waluigi would be a great bonus fighter. We're literally aliens, wrote, can't wait for your content to evolve after speculation era, streams, Nintendo spec, etc. I'm so here for it. Ever thought of doing collabs with Smash content creators? Yeah, totally. I would love to take the channel to new places. I'm going to make a video after, I don't know, probably a couple days after the Smash reveal, just talking about wrapping everything up and where the channel is going to go. But yeah, I'd love to do streaming more regularly. Like right now is pretty fun. And collabs with other creators would be great. And then just other Nintendo stuff, talking about other rumors and stuff, or just things I haven't really done, like top 10 countdowns of things, maybe retrospectives on games that I like and stuff. Anything like that would be great. And the thing with Smash, with speculating Smash, is that making the videos takes time, but keeping up with it takes time too. Like when I'm not making videos, I have to check Smashboards, check Twitter, all these private messages, see if anybody's told me anything, take image captures of all this stuff, kind of plan out videos, kind of think about what I want to talk about next, see if anything's worth talking about, make sure if something does happen, I'm on top of it quick enough if it's, something that's urgent. So that's taken a lot of time. Like, I've had to be vigilant. I've had to be on guard like the last 3 years for the Smash stuff. Once I can drop that, then videos that take more planning and more like, it doesn't really matter when I get the video out, but I'm just going to plan it out. Since I don't have to constantly have this potentially necessity to make a Smash video, a speculation video over my head, hanging over my head the whole time, I'll probably be able to make other types of videos. I want to do a room tour for a long time. Again, retrospectives of games that I like would be great. Other Smash content would be cool. That's just more hypothetical and fun. Like, I have a move set written down in a notebook for Geno, like everything. I've wanted to make a video like that. I don't know how I'd plan it out or what it would look like. Maybe I draw pictures and stuff for it. I don't know. But content like that, without having to have Smash speculation over me the whole time, I'll be more able to do stuff like that and branch out into other things. So hopefully cool stuff is to come for this channel. So Thrill AG Gaming said, "What's up, Papa G? Been watching since Ultimate started, and you've kept me entertained ever since. Believe it or not, you've been a lot of help for me, so I want to thank you for that. Last DLC, can't believe it." You're welcome. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I can't believe we're at the last DLC either. It's crazy. It's been a crazy era. I remember just first making the channel back when I made the channel after the E3 where they revealed all the characters and Ridley and stuff, and I honestly thought, like, I'm probably too late to jump into the Smash Ultimate YouTuber scene. I probably should have made one after like Inkling, the Inkling reveal, and that the game was revealed, and had it and done a reaction video for E3 and stuff like that. So I felt like I was a little too late to things, but to think ever since then, all the way till now, all the speculating and stuff like that, it's been crazy. It's been a crazy 3 years. It's an era of my life for sure, and an era of all of our lives. I think if you're someone who's been following this game and stuff like that, and I sometimes do think about that. I mean, I don't section off my whole life based on Smash games, but sometimes I do think about what I was doing at certain points in my life, and there are like, oh yeah, and I was speculating Brawl back then, or oh yeah, it was when like Smash Wii U just came out, or Smash Wii U wasn't out yet, and the 3DS one was, and I was doing that those few months. Like, I do think about stuff like that. So this is definitely a chapter. This is a chapter here, Smash Ultimate. Let me jump back up. There was a few messages people wrote. Landon Hoover said, "Do you think Monkey Ball would be a fun addition?" Probably a crazy moveset if Monkey Ball actually got in. I know there's a new Super Monkey Ball game coming out today, now that it's past midnight. So I don't know. Usually things don't coincide date-wise, but I don't know if they'd end on Super Monkey Ball. But the moveset for a character in a ball and rolling and tilting, I don't know what Sakurai would do with that, but I would be impressed and ready to see what that would be like. Rage X Warrior said, "Ever thought of Ratchet and Clank as the final character?" I talked about them earlier. I like Ratchet and Clank are cool and stuff like that. Sly Cooper's cool. Jak and Daxter's cool. But those type of platformers I always put in a tier kind of lower than like Crash and Spyro and Rayman. As far as platformer mascots go, I don't know why. That's just my own personal like headcanon. That these are a little more popular than these ones. I would not mind Ratchet and Clank and Smash. I would think they're probably really cool. They have awesome moveset potential and stuff. But I always feel like we don't have Crash Bandicoot yet. We don't have Rayman yet. I feel like those would get in. We don't have Spyro yet before the other ones. But I don't know. It's tough because of what is PlayStation these days. If Nintendo actually did reach out to Sony, Sony has the things I think of that are Sony. A lot of them aren't actually Sony. Like Crash getting in Smash to me would be like, oh, we got a PlayStation character, but not necessarily. It's not really what it is these days. So yeah, maybe Ratchet and Clank would get in because of that being more. I think they're PlayStation still. Maybe PlayStation would give us Kratos or something like that, but it's weird. God of War to me, yeah, it's on PlayStation and stuff, but it's weird for me to think Kratos is the mascot of Sony itself. God of War was just a game on PlayStation when those games first came out. I liked it. It was cool. I loved the fighting was so cinematic for its time. It was awesome. But I think of like Crash as the Sony mascot, so it's weird. Gravity the Ghost, "It's been an honor watching your content during these 4 hype-filled years. Finally, everyone will be here." Yeah, it's a bittersweet moment. We are at the end, and yeah, I mean, it's gonna be cool to see the banner finished. It's gonna be cool to see the roster finished. It'd be cool to just like have that moment, because I remember like seeing Smash 4's finished roster, and I felt like just needs a little bit more to feel really complete. When Smash 4 ended, I thought, man, I really wish there'd just been a little bit more DLC. I wish they'd brought back like Wolf or Ice Climbers if possible, or Snake if possible. Like one more character bring back, and then one more character that people really want, like Ridley, K. Rool, or maybe Inkling. One more ballot character would probably round this game off, and it would be like perfect, be the perfect Smash game. And then Smash Ultimate comes out, and right out of the gate, Smash Ultimate has, we're bringing everyone back. We're having more stages than ever, and here's Ridley, here's Inkling, here's Daisy. Boom! Like right out of the gate, Smash Ultimate was the perfect Smash 4 game, the perfect Smash roster game, roster-wise, perfect Smash game that I wanted for Smash 4. So having that right out of the gate was just like incredible. Everything since then has literally been just extra content. So it's weird. The more content we've gotten too, the more I like kind of want other things too. Like I would have been very satisfied at a certain moment, but once we start getting other things, it's like, well, if we can get that, then we can get, like, if we can get Banjo, then we can get Minecraft. If we can get Minecraft, we can get Master Chief. If we can get, all these, if we have all this, why not Crash Bandicoot? Why not Sora from Kingdom Hearts? Why not? It can all be here. So having one more character, that's just where it is, and we're not going to get everybody at the end, and I'm going to want more for the next Smash game, but to say this game wasn't already beyond my expectations of where Smash could be, this game is way, way beyond my expectations from the beginning. Obi-Wan Kenobi said, Nahubino for Smash. Yeah, Shin Megami Tensei. That seemed like a very strong candidate until the presentation got announced for now, and that game doesn't come out until November. I mean, it's possible it could happen, but I feel like then the character's moveset's going to like give away certain things from the game, or maybe this will kind of be a big showcase to get people hyped for Shin Megami Tensei. We did start with Persona and Joker and all this DLC, so it's possible, but I think it's gotten a little less likely since the presentation got moved till now. But hey, who knows? You go down to some other... Diggs Gordon said, do you think John Janizek, the Twitter Halo343 community manager person, about Master Chief for Smash was a hint, or do you think that deconfirms him? It's so tough to say. I talked about it earlier. It's a possible deconfirmation, but Grant Kirkhope said, don't hold your breath for Banjo right before Banjo happened at E3. So maybe this guy's just messing around. Though his reply to his tweet seemed more like, no, it's not. It's not Master Chief. So potentially a deconfirmation, but since everything can be seen as like, oh, maybe it was ironic, and it's, at the final hours, it's so hard to take anything as anything, because it can be people messing with us. Or it's possible a community manager, I don't even know if they would know. Maybe they just would think, no, I haven't heard about it, so it's not happening. And then, surprise, it's happening, but it was, kept very lock and key at Microsoft. I don't know John Janizek, or however you say his last name. I had to, look him up on Twitter, so I don't know how much. I'd have to kind of research him a little bit to know if he would be in a position to really know if Master Chief was in or not. Slime MD, it's like Slimy MD. Thank you for all the inspiration for YouTube videos and fueling my Smash love, and for some restless nights where your videos help me relax. Cheers. You're welcome. I'm glad to be some entertainment for people too. I always kind of don't think about that aspect. I think about getting information out there and all that stuff, but I watch other YouTubers and stuff for just entertainment. Sometimes I just like watching people talk about stuff. So yeah, I'm happy to give you that. Thank you. And then Rage X Warrior wrote, yeah, I agree, but the comment from Sakurai of may not be something you know comment got me thinking medium tier characters, and Trilage is a YouTuber. Okay. Yeah, I don't know them, because was that Trill AG, I think I maybe said, or something like that? Yeah, I didn't recognize that. It's possible it could be a medium tier character, a character not everyone is aware of. It's possible. I thought of this too. I mean, like I said, everything can be taken as irony. Everything can be taken two ways or whatever. Sakurai generally is pretty straightforward. I think his comment was probably just, you might not know who it is. It might not be who you really want, but you should tune in anyway. And I don't think that means it's necessarily someone people aren't aware of. Just like, it might not be who you're thinking, but watch the video anyway. It might not be who you like, but watch the video anyway, I think is what he meant. But if you want to go deep, conspiracy level on top of everything, and hey, we have a few more hours to do so might as well. Mickey Mouse is one of the most recognized characters in the entire world. If Sakurai was making a joke there, you might not know who it is. It's Disney coming to Smash. I'm not saying Sora League's real. I'm not saying it's definitely Sora, anything like that. I have no idea who it is, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know who we're gonna get tomorrow. But that would be, in hindsight, that would be very ironic for him to say, you might not know who it is, and then it's someone absolutely everyone knows. And the only thing I can think of that would literally be absolutely everyone knows is like, well, like almost everyone in the world knows who Mickey Mouse is because it's that recognizable as a brand. But that's conspiracy on top of conspiracy on top of conspiracy, which I think probably it's just face value. Sakurai was saying, despite whoever it is, if you care about them or not, watch it because it's going to be a celebration of gaming. It's a good presentation. Where Literally Aliens wrote, which unpopular niche character leaks did you actually want to be true? Remember the Geolite leak? I do remember that leak. That was an obscure game that Sakurai worked on. It was really easy to fake a leak for, though, because they're little like 2D characters. What leak did I really want? I mean, the Grinch leak I would have loved to have actually come true. I'm very happy we at least got Banjo out of it. I guess any leak for Geno. I'm kind of spacing on like a specific leak that was like, man, that would have been great. Besides the Grinch leak, but obviously, I mean, there's some people write leaks out there, and it's like, yeah, it's the rapper Mario leak. This is we're gonna keep going with characters and stuff. I mean, stuff like that would be amazing. So, yeah. Dark Gerson wrote, I'm putting my money on Chrono. I'm putting my money on Chrono. Sakurai Clock's tweet. Oh man, the Clock tweet from way back when that we were thinking it lined up with the Crash characters. Was it who's the character? Doctor. Is it? I can't even think of the character's name. Nefarious? I don't know. Spacing on Crash stuff at the moment. Yeah, the Clock tweet that we thought maybe matched for Crash or possibly Chrono Trigger. Yeah, that one would be interesting if somehow that one actually was a hint. I feel like it probably was a reference to Crash 4, just because it's so specific, those clock times, but I think that's probably all it was a reference. Similar to the Arl, it's like Marth with Isabelle on his shoulder, which is a lot like Arl. So I think Sakurai, some of these picks of the day images they did were references to games, but he's just a gamer. It's probably just references to games he likes. That doesn't mean Arl can't get in, doesn't mean Crash can't get in, but I don't think they were hints. I think they were just references to games he likes. Joel Hutchinson said, Mallow and Doom Demon Me costumes as Fighter Pack 11. Yeah, okay, Kako Mallow. I mean, if we're talking leaks that I would love to have come true. I mean, anyone with Geno would be great, but man, Doom Guy and Geno, if that had happened, man, that would have been pretty awesome. I mean, hey, we're at the end here. I guess I can't absolutely count out that the ending won't be Doomslayer with like a Geno surprise bonus or something. I mean, I'm not guessing at that. I'm not counting on that at all, but never know till the very end. Sam the Jam wrote, kind of wishful thinking, but I still have hope for Reimu. Yeah, I talked about Reimu before. It's possible. She just seems... I explained how my feelings on Reimu earlier. I forget exactly how I explained it, but I thought it came out pretty good. It's not a character I have much background with. I played Toho games a little bit, like once, maybe twice. One specific time I remember playing it, and it was pretty fun, but I don't have a huge background with it. But I like that she's, you know, one of the oldest indie games and blah, 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 all that stuff. New bullet hell genre added to Smash and stuff. She definitely has some cool stuff going, but I think there's some tough stuff with how loose her rights are, how unknown she is in the West. So I'm not sure about her actually getting in Smash as a playable fighter, as the last fighter. But I think she's pretty cool. Not personally a character I have a ton of background with, though. Rage X Warrior said, one more thing. What if we got a Master Chief with a Doom Guy Echo or vice versa? I know it seems strange, but it could work. Yeah, I think I've talked about that before. That would be awesome. I mean, we would get both of the big first-person shooter genre characters that I feel like should be in Smash together. And then, you know, the fact that id is owned by Bethesda, which is now owned by Microsoft, means that they do both come from the same place. They both come from Microsoft, so it'd be crazy. We've gotten Bethesda stuff in Smash. We've gotten Microsoft stuff in Smash. would be really cool. I don't know if it would ever actually happen though. App Kinesis said, "Thank you for years of fun speculation videos. Looking back, which character reveal were you most surprised or caught off guard by?" Ooh, most surprised and caught off guard by. Definitely a few of them. So I'm trying to think of which one was probably the most surprising. Joker, probably. Honestly, I hadn't thought of Persona or Joker at all. Hey, there's Joker right there. At all whatsoever in the context of Smash speculation until he got in the game. I don't think I ever even considered him. It was also the night that Smash Ultimate was coming out. I happened to film myself watching the Game Awards. And I remember my brother like pestering me like, "We gotta go to GameStop and pick up the game for midnight release." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna film for a little while longer. We have a bit more time, just in case something happens here." But I really didn't think. I think Piranha Plant got announced. It was like the end of October, and this was not. It was not that long. The game wasn't out yet. It wasn't that far after we had just seen, our first DLC fighter, essentially Piranha Plant. So I just was not expecting the first DLC character to actually happen at the Game Awards. And by chance it did, and it was a character I don't think anybody was thinking about, and I think that was the most surprising reveal. Not my favorite reveal. I don't have much connection to Persona at all, but surprising. That was the one that was just like, wow, I didn't expect that. Well, we got Captain N tomorrow. Captain N is very very Western because it's a cartoon series that was, I assume I don't think it ever got a Japanese translation. I mean, maybe it did. I don't know, but I don't think it was very popular in Japan if it did. So I doubt Captain N. My own personal headcanon, because they have the Zapper is when they showed Duck Hunt's not exactly a reveal trailer because the game was already out. But when they showed Duck Hunt's CGI trailer, it's like there's a dog and a duck, and then it zooms out from the TV, and there's a person with the Zapper who is outside the TV, it's actually like a trio. It's not just a duo. So my headcanon is that is Captain N. Captain N has the Zapper, and he is a part of Duck Hunt. Dre Shizzle said, "What do you think the chances are of getting an Echo or two along with the last fighter as some sort of parting present to end Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?" Yeah, I've talked a bit about Echoes already, but it's possible. I don't know if it would be Echo of the last character. We have that weird missing spot on the... what was it, the Australian page? We don't know what that's for. Sakurai said this is the last character. There's no more after Challenge Pack 11. But I think an Echo is a little different. They don't count Echoes as other characters. They don't number Echoes on the official website and stuff. It wouldn't require explaining another moveset or anything. So it's possible the last character could have an Echo. I'd love for there to be like a bonus Echo pack of like 4 or something that just rounds out the game. But not sure if that'll ever happen. Rage X Warrior said, "Pepsi Man or Superman is the last character." Definitely. I assume that's a Superman 64 rap we'd be getting. Someone said, "I really hope Sakurai at least talks about online improvements tomorrow." They did say when we got Small Battlefield to like look forward to online improvements. Harada had some strange tweets. And just because of Tekken, and I know Harada's mentioned, Sakurai's asked him about online stuff. So Harada might just be hyping this final reveal because the character we just got was, a character from his game, Tekken, and he's friends with Sakurai and stuff. But maybe there is some online announcement tomorrow. Even if it didn't happen tomorrow, it'd be nice if Sakurai did mention it or down the line we was like, yeah, we're still working on it, and it'll be fixed up at least better than what we have at some point. So that'd be great. It's really the one thing holding Smash Ultimate back from. It's like the one aspect of the game. All the other aspects of the game are good to amazing, the best of the series. Whereas the online is the one part that I feel like is not good. I'm not going to call it bad. I'm going to call anything in Smash Ultimate bad. But the online is not good. And it's the only part of the game I would say is not good. As we're seeing some lag. Someone's talking about Amiibo. Yeah, it'd be cool if we saw the rest of the Amiibo, or at least another one. The next Amiibo in line to show, because they showed us Min Min, would be Steve. And Steve's probably the Amiibo I'm most curious about. Because if it's just Steve, it's really simple. If it's Steve and Alex, it's a little less simple, but still a pretty simple one. But maybe they'll do something neat where it's Steve, Alex, Enderman, Zombie, 4-pack. Maybe they'll do it like Game & Watch, where you can swap them out of the base or something. There's cool stuff they could do with Minecraft Amiibo. So excited to see what that ends up looking like. Michael Powell said, "Where do you think Smash Bros goes for its next iteration? Just move characters, or do you think a big revamp of the series?" Someone kind of asked me something similar earlier. What I would prefer is just that in a year or so we get Smash Ultimate Deluxe, and it has all the DLC packaged in. Maybe they improve the online at that point or something, and maybe they announce a fighter pass for Smash Ultimate Deluxe. I would prefer to just build onto this game. I feel like I feel like taking all this down and starting from the ground up, I don't see what there's things you could do. You could change some character movesets. You could, you could make it brand new, but it's either make Smash so different, it either has to go so different that it's worth starting over, or I just don't see the point. And personally, I'd rather just continue this. If there's any game from Nintendo that I would want to just be continually supported in the way that other series are, like Fortnite or whatever, it would be Smash Brothers. I think Smash Brothers is the game Nintendo should do that with, or consider doing that with. But I understand Sakurai definitely needs a break. You can't just do Smash forever. So either Sakurai maybe passes it to just a general Smash team that works on it and does stuff at some point, or we wait a year, 2 years, whatever it is, Smash Ultimate Deluxe, DLC included, do a fighter pass from there. I'd prefer that than doing a new one. What a completely new iteration of Smash would look like, it's hard for me to even guess at that. I feel like you have to take such a hard left turn to make it even worth it to do another one. Otherwise, what's the point? You start over again. Some characters have their movesets changed. Okay, but why exactly? And then you add characters, but other stuff will probably get cut because it'll be a different game. And I don't know. I just don't see the point. Rage X Warrior says, Smash Ultimate on its third port with 500 plus characters. Someday. Let's hope. The Ultimate Ben & Jerry's manager said, I think it might be more niche like Nihon Falcom. Yeah, I mean, Sakurai said that thing about you might not know who the character is. Personally, I don't think he's saying it's an obscure character, and him only saying it in Japanese, I think it's probably just because he maybe just added that on late, and all his other tweets had someone actually, they were probably prepared tweets that had English translation, so I don't think it's specifically necessarily someone that's obscure to Japan. I'm not personally reading into that. It's my own speculation, but I've heard that speculation. Maybe it's true. I don't know. So I'm more hopeful it's somebody hype at the end. It's going to be a hype moment, big character at the end, and generally I feel like the big characters are known. It wouldn't be considered totally obscure. If it's someone obscure, so be it. I'm a fan of some very obscure games, so maybe it's an obscure game I love, and I'm just not speculating because I don't think it has a chance. That's definitely happened in this DLC, but we will see. We'll see what we get. Pretty cool to see Dante Sword Fighter here too. By the way, I feel like back when Smash Ultimate first got announced, if you'd asked me like what third-party characters do I think would get in, Dante would have potentially been at like the top of the list. Probably just coming off of Bayonetta getting in at the end of Smash Wii U, but I really thought Dante was going to happen. So surprising he's just a Mii costume. He's another one I think next game has extremely good chances. But there's a lot of Capcom competition. Resident Evil getting in would be awesome. Monster Hunter getting in would be awesome. I don't know if maybe we'll get a Capcom character at the end here. Who knows? Daniel Cortez says, think it's very interesting that the Nintendo DS, one of Nintendo's best-selling consoles, only has one rep, Lucario. Could we see a Nintendo reveal? Nintendogs is an assist trophy, so it'd be an upgraded assist trophy. I doubt the final character is just dogs. But yeah, it is kind of interesting that certain eras are a little lacking. A little bit lacking in Smash. There is an unfortunateness. This is something that is Choctopus here? He jump in? Somebody said something about him, so I assume maybe he's in the chat. Cool if he is. What's up, dude? I lost my train of thought there. So certain eras, certain gaming consoles aren't as well represented in Smash as they probably could be. One thing I think is cool about characters like Min Min, Pyra and Mithra, and yes, even Byleth, characters that maybe are seen as a little less hype, the first party DLC characters, is that their games are current right now. ARMS is current. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Three Houses. These are current games. And if we had gotten past this game and hadn't gotten those characters, then they probably would never show up. I think back in like Brawl, a lot of people had guessed at stuff like Golden Sun, Advance Wars, different things like that. And those things were really big for that time. And then we kind of moved past them. And since they didn't happen in Brawl, we still have fan bases that really want them. Specifically, like Golden Sun comes to mind always when I think about this. But we're so far, and but obviously we didn't get Isaac. He's a assist trophy. So it's like, it's unfortunate that we didn't get that back then. So when I look at stuff like Min Min, it's not the most hyped character, but am I happy ARMS did get in? Yeah, because I think if ARMS didn't get in here, who knows if the next Smash game, how popular ARMS would be at that point. If there would still be people wanting ARMS in Smash at that point, but it's past the time or whatever. So I am happy that this game had enough open spots for newcomers that we got a lot of the first-party Nintendo stuff that was happening now. In retrospective, I think that's really cool because there's eras of Nintendo, like I said, when we were speculating Brawl, like with Golden Sun, that had games that made sense to get in then, and unfortunately it didn't happen back then, and it's tough to justify them at this point now. And I love Golden Sun, so I could justify it, but for Nintendo, Sakurai, whatever, they didn't happen, and it's a bummer. So it's cool to see this game, the current stuff, tended to get in. It got in this time. Brian Phillips said, imagine it's just a Gen 8 Pokemon. That would be the only thing that would make me sad. Yeah. It's weird. I like Pokemon. Like, I am a Pokemon fan. I'm a big Pokemon fan. But I'm more a fan of the older Pokemon stuff. It's just what I grew up with, just where I'm at. The Pokemon that get in Smash tend to be of the newer stuff. And ending Smash just off on another Pokemon, it's so well represented already. I don't think we need a Pokemon. I wouldn't bring in a new series. I'd rather not. So yeah, Pokemon would be probably a disappointing potential ending here. Yeah, people are saying so many Pokemon. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of Pokemon. A lot of Pokemon. New Smash would be something like a 3D fighting game. Yeah, there's that. You could take Smash and you could do something totally different with it. But at that point, would it really be Smash? It would be like something else if you change it too much. But I feel like to not just continue this game into a Smash Ultimate Deluxe or something is almost pointless to restart it unless you're going to do something totally different. So it's a weird spot what the next Smash will be, which is one of the reasons why this ending feels like such a it's a big moment. This is like, it feels like this is as far as this whatever Smash from Smash 64 all the way until now will probably go, unless they do like a Smash Ultimate Deluxe in a year or two or something. Feels like this is where Smash Brothers got to, and I have no idea what the future would look like. I don't think Sakurai and the team know what the future would look like. I don't think Nintendo does, unless something happens like in the next 5 years, we get really amazing virtual reality games that make you feel like you're in the game, and then gaming takes a whole different turn or something. I mean, I'm just speculating based on crazy possibilities. And then you take Smash and you turn it into whatever that is, kind of like 2D gaming turning into 3D gaming. It's tough to know what that would look like at the end and everything. So if gaming itself transforms into something different, then maybe that will justify a new Smash game being very different. But it's tough to know what it would look like just based on what we talk about and stuff. BlazeFawn385 said, would you be hyped for a Subspace Emissary style adventure mode with cutscenes, or were you happy with World of Light, maybe in a deluxe edition? Yeah, deluxe edition, since we'd have all the DLC, being able to put all the characters there and do a one-player mode that's more, well thought out and stuff, would be fantastic. That would be awesome. And that would almost be maybe a reason to make a brand new Smash game. You cut the roster down some, but you really focus on that one-player mode and make like a game Smash Ultimate's the one that's more focused on the multiplayer, which is, I feel like, what Smash really is. But you can make another game, maybe cut the roster down a little bit. It's different. polish up all the character movesets, stuff like that. But the real draw to the next Smash game 5 years from now or something is that there's tons of cutscenes in the game. The characters are really interacting and stuff. It's a one-player game about all these series coming together. You go to all the game worlds, not just stages. You really go to those worlds or something. Something like that could potentially justify another Smash game. Choctopus, hey, what's up? He wrote, was just saying earlier that it's very possible that Nintendo has already negotiated with third parties for future games. Gotta go work on NASB now. Yeah, it is possible that they've already negotiated potentially for a future Smash game, or like I said, maybe Smash Deluxe and another Fighter Pass or something. I definitely think Smash is a conduit to create good relationships with other companies. I think we got Banjo in Smash. We now have Banjo-Kazooie showing up on the N64 Nintendo Switch Online. I don't know if the Nintendo Switch Online N64 would have Rare stuff or Banjo-Kazooie coming to it if the negotiations for Banjo didn't happen for Smash. There was definitely, and that apparently started with negotiations for Steve from Minecraft and Smash. So, this does bridge the gap with certain companies and help smooth things over. So I could totally see Nintendo, Smash is a great game for sales. It's also a great game for marketing and company relations. So I could definitely see them talking to companies and saying like, hey, Smash Ultimate's done. We're not doing characters anymore, but we don't know when we'll do another Smash game, but stay in touch. We'd love to negotiate something in the future, blah, blah, blah. And just keeping that relationship open with a lot of companies. Yeah, that's totally possible. They may have reached out to other third-party companies about potential things in the future for Smash. Who knows what's going on behind the scenes. Or stuff like, let's say it's not Doomslayer tomorrow, so we don't get a Bethesda character. We got Bethesda Mii's in Smash, so that probably helped Bethesda and Nintendo's relationship. So maybe next game we could get a Bethesda character if we don't get one here. So a lot of interesting ways to look at the company relation aspect of Smash Ultimate. Someone said, Papa, there's a huge leak for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. I believe, was it a picture of Garfield? Because I have my Discord up, actually. And I saw it pop up in the Discord a little bit. I have it like in a window just kind of off to the side. So I assume that was probably the leak for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. I don't know if the other character that was in the Toph leak, the Kale leak, also got shown. But yeah, I saw a Garfield render, so I'm assuming that's probably Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Which Garfield? I mean, we already had the Garfield leak like way back when. I kind of assumed after Ren and Stimpy, like they'd line up. It's probably legit. Someone asked, how much do I believe the Sora leak? Well, it's tough to gauge like how much I believe a leak. I think it's plausible. I'll put it that way. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, then it's just somebody put a random date, and that happens all the time. Some leaks just get really lucky. It does happen. I think all the posts together create a plausible story for someone who could have real information. I think Sora is a plausible finale character that would end this in a big way and stuff and could make sense. So I think it's a plausible leak. Do I think it's real? I don't know. If I had to put a percentage on it, that's hard to do too. But I think it could happen. So I'd be very happy if it did. Someone asked, when am I streaming till? I don't know. I haven't thought about that. I probably do have to end stream somewhat soon here. It's almost 1 a.m. where I am. And I do want to like get some sleep and wake up and be able to, get another stream going before the Sakurai presentation and stuff tomorrow. So I will see. I don't know. What time do I want to end this thing? Maybe in like a half hour. I'll do 1:30. Okay, I'll go for another half hour. Do another half hour of streaming, and then I'll end it. I live in an apartment, so I have neighbors upstairs, so I don't want to be talking too late here. Which is one of the reasons why I don't necessarily always do like regular, haven't done regular streaming. I feel like if I did streaming, I'd want to do it late because it's kind of when I sit down and play games and stuff. And I don't want to be someone who's constantly talking. I don't want to be that neighbor. Hero of the Sages. Hey, PapaGenos, a little late to the party, but I hope you guys are having a great night. Been a fan for a long time since Mock Rider days. I love your channel and will to keep following in the future. Thank you. 24-hour stream. I mean, I could just stream all the way until the Sakurai presents, but I don't want to do that. I want to sleep. I don't want to be in a miserable mood for the presentation. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to sleep tonight. That's the other truth of this. But I will probably end stream, like I said, maybe in like a half hour, 20 minutes, half hour, something like that. Most of my voice is starting to go a little bit. I can feel it because I always stream and I talk like nonstop when I stream. I watch other streamers sometimes and they're like, they pause and stuff. I guess they're playing a game usually when they're doing stuff like that, so it makes a little more sense. But I never know how much I should be talking. I feel like I should talk the whole time, be entertaining and engaging. But yeah. Someone's saying Garfield just got leaked. Yeah, I saw that. I have my Discord up on the side, so I think a nice render of Garfield from the Garfield leak and potentially the Toph Kale leak, because obviously that one was totally real. So Garfield's one of those two characters. There is. So I was saying, oh, here we go. Royal Vizier said. It's Visor, right? Royal Visor. Still in denial about Smash DLC ending when I think the Switch lifecycle still has a couple of years left, but what a fun ride it's been. Yeah, I really wish this game had just been supported all the way until the end of the Switch, but here we are, and I get it. Sakurai needs a break. He can't just do Smash his whole life. I mean, he could, but if he doesn't want to, it's rough for us to ask him to keep going and stuff. I do think potentially doing DLC probably wasn't too difficult, though. One character at a time. It's probably easier than, making base game Smash Ultimate was probably a nightmare. So I think these last few years have probably been potentially even more of a break than if Sakurai ends the Smash Ultimate DLC and then goes and makes a new game. That might be more work than the DLC has been for the past few years. But still, if you want to take a break from Smash, totally understand. Mojo Jojo said, to be honest, Nick All-Stars doesn't look too great. Lots of the gameplay seems very half-assed. Plus, lack of music and voice actors. Still excited for the characters, though. Well, I think we need to consider with Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl that it's a small indie developer. That's the truth of it. They put a lot of care into it with what they could, but they probably had not a huge amount of time, not a huge budget. The great thing is the game got a ton of attention because everyone wants the game they're making to be great, and the devs seem to have the care to make it something great. So I think at launch, yes, the game will probably have its issues. It will probably not be, the AAA title that the sales might reflect, because so many people are into it. But because it's getting DLC, they've talked about potentially adding voice actors or voice work. They've talked about, DLC characters. They've talked about polishing things up, fixing things. I think, I'm going to support the game. I'm going to buy the game. I'm going to enjoy it for what it is at launch and hope it becomes something really great as time goes on. So I think that's the perspective I think we all need to have for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. If you want that game to be good, support it, because I think the devs are willing to support it, and I don't think it's any one thing's fault if the game isn't the most polished, great, platform fighter that it could be. But it might be in a year or two if we allow it to be and support it. So I'm definitely going to support it. I hope other people do too. I was going to say something before I got off on that topic. So Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Okay, here. Somebody's talking. Virgin Ben's credibility is in the gutter. So it'd be really interesting if we did end up getting... I know there's that tweet right now. People are saying, maybe deconfirm with Master Chief, but for the sake of talking, it'd be really interesting if we did get Master Chief tomorrow. and that would mean that Vergaben, right before E3, said was hinting at Master Chief, and then afterwards he put this big statement about how it wasn't his best source and he shouldn't have said anything. But it would be another win for Vergaben if or Vergaben, if that's Vergaben, I think that's how you say it or something. It would be another win for him. And that happened with a couple of things. Like he said, Minecraft content was happening. And then we eventually did get Steve. And he mentioned Erdrick and Luminari and Slime, but he also mentioned Sephiroth in that list of Square names. We eventually did get Sephiroth. I don't know if he just got lucky with those things. They happened to pan out, and maybe his source was totally bogus about Master Chief, but maybe he'll get lucky again tomorrow when Master Chief happens at the end. It's possible. But it would be interesting in retrospective with Vergaben in mind if Master Chief happened at the end, because it would potentially be, you got it right at the end. And some of his stuff was just, the timing was off, which the timing is tough, obviously. Just knowing about something happening in the game, really tough to know when it's actually going to get revealed, unless the way it's being leaked is through however it's being revealed. Shiftmo, I don't even know how to say it. What leak throughout all of Smash was the most believable to you? Probably, I think the two that probably felt the most believable that weren't believable, besides the things like the one that I felt the most confident, like some of the ones I felt the most confident on was after the SNK leak, Terry, and I was told it was Terry after SNK happened, so it was like, it's gonna be Terry. Felt pretty sure thing. The Banjo leak which happened during the Grinch leak when someone told me Banjo was coming, felt very confidently like, this is happening. But I just had to kind of wait on it. But as far as leaks that didn't happen, which ones felt very legit? The Grinch leak, partly because of everything that was happening with it and being told Banjo's in the game at the same week. And then Keko Malo had really good footage and stuff, and the fact it had the thumbs up Ken was smart on whoever faked that one, and the fact that I don't think modders hadn't really figured out how to do Mii costume modding to that extent, so there was a lot of good stuff with Keko. I feel like Keko Malo and the Grinch leak were the two ones that felt the most real that turned out not to be real, which just makes you know that man, any leak can feel real, and that's why I think the Sora leak feels pretty good. Like, it's not the strongest leak, but pretty good in the plausibly real. Could be a real leak, but so many leaks have felt really good and then not been true. Of course, we can still get Sora tomorrow, and maybe the leak just happened to guess it. it's a possibility. We'll probably never know. Cade, do you think it could be Crazy Dave from PVZ, Plants vs. Zombies? Probably not. I like Plants vs. Zombies, but probably not. Final Fighter is Booger Man. Yeah, maybe. I like Booger Man. I like Booger Man, and Earthworm Jim being in Clay Fighter was really cool as a kid. What genius was behind Kako Malo? Yeah, I'm wondering about that one, because so the Grinch leak, it makes sense that whoever made the Grinch leak to not come out because it had that company involved and stuff. There's some legal stuff with the Grinch leak. But the Kako Malo leak is just somebody modded the game. They made a mod. It was a really good mod. They did it before anybody noticed. So at this point, they could just come out and say, I faked that. Here's what I made. Pretty good, right? And that's the end of it. People would just be like, pretty cool. It'd be kind of like when Artsy Omni leaked, did the Rayman render and then revealed, no, it was a fake. I did it. I don't think anybody would be mad at Kako Malo person. They'd probably just be impressed that they did it when they did. I mean, I'd be a little, I want a Doom guy, I want a Gino, but whatever. I'd be more impressed than anything. So I'm surprised they haven't come out, even if they did it anonymously and just, posted somewhere here's the actual stuff for it. Here's the actual characters, whatever. Very surprised the Kako Malo person hasn't come out. Unless maybe tomorrow it's Doom Guy and the extra character. There's a bonus character. It's Gino. Kako Malo leak is real and those costumes come out and it's just blows my mind. But I'm not guessing. Not guessing that's what's happening. Green Owl Gill said, "You think Valve could get some kind of content?" I talked about Valve quite a bit already. It's possible. I don't know if a Valve character would randomly be the final fighter. I mean, maybe. But potentially a Valve. I can't count anything out. Like Bethesda, when Vault Boy got a Mii randomly, I was like, what? Bethesda in Smash? Crazy. Which is that's another thing. Bethesda ended up being in Smash, despite the Kako Malo leak. happening and probably being fake. It was a lot of things line up for some of these leaks, which is why I think Kakomel and Grinch were so strong. It's not even necessarily the leak. It's like the other things that happened that lined up for it that made it feel believable, because that felt like, well, you can't control that. You can't control Bethesda content actually getting in the game. Bethesda me actually getting in the game. Shrek wrote, Final Fighter is Shrek. Doubtful, but Shrek may have won the ballot. I'll throw that out there. I could see Shrek actually being the one who won the ballot because of all just the people who joke tweeted Shrek. Rob Rman X said, sent Discord DM 343 community manager confirms no Master Chief. Also, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl got data mined. Narrator clips for DLC found confirmed by Discord mods. Ooh, okay, so I didn't know about the narrator clips for DLC. I saw a Garfield render that I thought maybe was that. I saw the 343 community manager possibly deconfirming Master Chief. We talked about that on here a little earlier. If the narrator clips were found, was it just Garfield or is it other characters? I had a pretty interesting, I don't really want to talk too much about Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl in this last stream about Smash, but obviously it's also relevant right now because it's coming out tomorrow. So I had been thinking the two scribbled out guys on the Kale leak or the Toph leak, whatever you want to call it. I was thinking it was Garfield at the end and then probably Shredder after the TMNT characters, because you kind of see a little bit of what looked like shoes, looked like sandals sticking out. And it was really wide stance. So I thought, well, maybe it's Shredder because it fits. It's right after TMNT, right before Reptar. So I feel like these has to be its own series, or it has to be a Rugrats character or a TMNT character. So I thought Shredder and Garfield, but I saw somebody sent me somebody's theory about this, and I thought it was great. I might make a video on this maybe later this week or something. That maybe it's not sandals, it's actually the wheels of the Reptar wagon, and it could be a character like Bowser Jr., where maybe you switch between the Rugrats, and I don't think there's alternate costumes in this game, so maybe it wouldn't work like that, but all the Rugrats ride inside the Reptar wagon sometimes. So it could be like a Bowser Jr. type character with all the Rugrats inside of it, and the character could just be called Rugrats or something, which would be pretty cool. But I don't know, maybe this narrator leak thing, maybe it is Garfield and Shredder, I don't know. In which case, then we get Shredder. Someone said Shredder has a sketch in the files for the game alongside a Garfield stage. Okay, so, well, there you go. We guessed it right then. It was Shredder. Never mind about the cool Rugrats theory then. The League of Legends Championship starts tomorrow, too. So, Ari, Green Owl Gill said, I did talk about the Ari leak a little bit. I did mention the League of Legends Championship starts tomorrow, a few hours after the Sakurai presentation, which was similar to Minecon last year, a few hours after Steve, so that kind of led into it. Maybe. I'm not big on League of Legends. I have some friends who are crazy about League of Legends, though, so they'd be excited. I'd be like, it's a big game. I can see why it's in Smash, but not for me. It would be an ending that wouldn't really be for me, but I wouldn't be mad about it. I'd just be like happy for my friends who got it, and understand that, it's a big game series and why it potentially got here. Big John No 2 wrote, if Crash isn't announced, think PS All-Stars too soon. I don't know. With Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl happening and seeing the amount of people who are excited for that, and Smash Ultimate ending, there's definitely going to be, if companies were smart, there is a niche to fill right now of platform fighters. And if PlayStation All-Star Brawl wants to take another shot at that, original game isn't that great, and they actually get stuff like Crash and big, old school PlayStation icons, have just a better lineup, better roster and stuff. It could be very exciting. And I'd be cool with having a playable Crash in a fighting game, a platform fighting game, if PlayStation All-Stars made a sequel. So that would be cool. But I don't know. I don't know if PlayStation wants to revisit that game because the first one just wasn't particularly successful. Someone keeps saying, please check out Super Smash Flash 2. I've seen those games. They're not really for me. I don't know why. I like some modded Smash games. I liked Project M and stuff. Legacy XP. Smash Remix, I haven't played yet, but my brother has played it and he loves it, and I've watched things for it, and I love Smash 64 is the one I have the most nostalgia for. I feel like most people have a ton of nostalgia for Melee, but Smash 64 is the one that That's the game that got me hooked on Smash, and I loved right from the start. I love the style of Smash 64. I love old Polygon 64 games like that. And so seeing more in Smash 64, especially because the game was pretty small, not for the time, but all things considered where Smash is now. It's great to see it, with tons of stages, tons of characters, tons of music. It's very, very cool. Pork Chopulus, cool name. Donated $1, thank you. Oh, I'm sure Smash Flash 2 is good and everything. I just I don't know, it hasn't clicked. I haven't played it, but like the style of it just doesn't click with me. Someone said yes, Sora on Smash. That feels like the big question here is kind of that Sora leak, and even if the Sora leak is fake or real or whatever, Sora feels like a good final character. So will we get that? I don't know. Master Chief also feels like a great final character. There's that Twitter thing with the 343 Halo community manager supposedly. Seems like they're saying it's not Master Chief. I don't know to trust them or not. I have no idea how deep in Halo stuff they'd be to know that. So I don't know. Doom Guy would be huge. Crash would be huge. All these big characters at the end. That's kind of where I'm at. It's not even so much who. It's like, is it going to be someone really big or is it not? And if it's not, then how not? Like there's different levels of like, it's a first party character from a series that we already have. It's a first party character, but it's a pretty beloved first party character like Waluigi. It's Phoenix Wright or Hayabusa or even like Nahubino if you're a big Shin Megami Tensei fan. Cool, it's a third party character, pretty cool. Or it's one of these like big showstopper Crash Bandicoot, Master Chief, Sora, break the internet, people would go nuts characters. That's my big question. Is what's it going to be? I'm hoping it's one of those big hype characters. If it's not though, like I've said so many times at this point, this game has had so many amazing moments. The game was already amazing. The game was amazing out of the gate, so it only got better from there, and it still gave us amazing moments even after having everyone back and Ridley and everything. We still continue to get amazing moments all the way right up. So hopefully the ending is another big, amazing moment, but if for whatever reason it's not, or it's not a big moment for you personally, I am sure there's a moment in all of this that was pretty amazing for you. So, we can always have that in the game in its entirety. When looked at overall, I can't imagine anyone being like, this game isn't. You have to admit, Smash Ultimate is pretty amazing. The one flaw is maybe the online, so hopefully they fix the online. Stern Ritter Karama said, have you seen the Portal audio leak on Reddit for like the game Portal, or is this talking about the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl leak thing? Or is this talking about like Portal getting in Smash and there's an audio leak? I'm not sure. If it's the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl supposed audio leak, I've heard about it from the chat. I haven't actually gone and seen it because I've been doing this the whole time. If it's a audio leak for like the game Portal coming to Smash, I haven't seen that. But I feel like audio leaks are really easy to fake, so I'm very, very wary of them. I think there was one earlier. It was like a Doom Me audio leak. It was like Me Fighters, and then it played music from Doom and it had like sound effects. So, but there was no visuals, just audio. So that feels easy to fake. Zombie SCU33 donated $1. Thank you. Someone said, do you trust Vergiben's Master Chief leak? Well, Vergiben doesn't seem to trust their Master Chief leak. They made a statement that basically said they went with a source that wasn't their most trusted source. They shouldn't have done that. So I talked a little bit ago about how some stuff Vergiben said did show up later on, like Minecraft content. We eventually did get Steve. I mentioned Sephiroth alongside all those Square names. We eventually did get Sephiroth. So sometimes this stuff has just been late. I don't know if that's just him getting lucky with some of the other stuff, or if he's actually, those were real leaks or not. He obviously had at least some real leaks for this game. So whether or not his Master Chief information before E3 was just someone who actually knew Master Chief coming to the game and assumed E3, or if it's just all by chance, that his source was totally wrong and he just took a chance and gambled on a source that like he basically said he gambled on a source that just wasn't his main source, and it didn't turn out true. I have no idea, so I'm personally not thinking like, well, Vergiben leaked Master Chief, so it has to be him. It's in my mind a little bit, but with Vergiben denouncing it, Vergiben said no, this is a real leak and held strong to it, then I think we'd be somewhere different right now. But I'm not banking on Master Chief because of Vergiben. I think Master Chief could happen, but I'm guessing that Vergiben's leak for Master Chief at E3 was probably just not true. And if it happens to be Master Chief, it'll probably just be coincidental. I'm just going to say thickness here. I'm going to say the whole thing. It seems a little blasphemous to certain people. I don't like touching religious stuff on stream and whatnot. How would you feel if Spyro was announced tomorrow? I'm actually a bigger Spyro fan than a Crash fan, so I personally would be really happy with it. And I think Spyro or Crash would be a great like PlayStation platformer mascot, so I'd be totally cool with that. But I understand that I think Crash is more of the PlayStation icon character and the bigger character to have fighting Mario and Sonic and stuff. So I usually, I side Crash. But as for the games I played growing up, I played both Crash and Spyro. Spyro was the type of game I liked. I like more of the collectathon platformer stuff than Crash's, beat the level design. So I was more of a Spyro guy. So I'd be happy with it. Rage X Warrior said, "Yo, what about Henry Stickmin? That would be cool. That's be cool." Is that from like the stick fight stuff? I don't even know. I'm spacing. It's like sounds familiar, but I don't know if it's from some. It's like a Flash game or like an online game type thing. I feel like it is. Alfredo said, "Final Fighter is Toad, no doubt." Toad's kind of already in. Oh, cool! Someone playing the Zero costume. Toad's kind of already in the game as part of Peach's moveset. Like, it's sort of like what other characters kind of have like another character with them a little bit. Mecha Koopa with Bowser Jr. I don't know. So I feel like Toad is in the game. And just you play Peach, you play Daisy. That's Toad. There's Toad right there. Captain Toad could potentially happen down the road, but I doubt it's like a. If there's a bonus character spot, potentially it could be a Mario character, but I'm not banking on a Mario character ending this off. Oliver Garrett said the Angry Birds will be the last fighters. I know a lot of people like joke around about Angry Birds and don't like Angry Birds or whatever, and I get that. Some stuff, newer stuff, people tend to have sour feelings about. I'm not a Fortnite guy. I don't really like Fortnite. But to me, Angry Birds, like mobile games are a part of gaming, like it or not. It was a pretty big part of gaming. So I feel like representing mobile games with something would make sense as a celebration of gaming, history of gaming. And Angry Birds, I think, does that really well. They represent, they're definitely like could be considered the mascot for mobile gaming if it has one. So it kind of makes sense to me. I don't think it'll be the last character. I don't think it's getting in Smash. But a lot of people like joke about it or think it would be terrible. I'm kind of just like, yeah, it makes sense as a mobile rep. Maybe someday. People said Vergiben hasn't heard anything about the final character. I haven't looked at that. Yeah, I mean we have our typical leakers and stuff out there. Who knows if they'll say something before the game? Personally, at this point, just so many hours away, I would honestly rather go in not knowing who it is. I know I'm the guy. I pay attention to all the leaks. I look at everything. If a leak happened, I'd probably see it and look at it. But I would rather go into this final one not knowing. Even if like the Sora leak's real, and we've been talking about that all week, we don't know that for sure. So I'd hate to have a definitive leak or some leaker that's like totally sure and has a good track record come out and be like, it's this. Because I'd rather have that surprise at the end at this point. Maybe a week ago would be a different story. I'd rather have something to talk about this whole time. But we had the Sora leak to talk about all week. It's still up in the air. We don't know if it's real or fake, whatever. It's an exciting character. If it doesn't happen, oh well, it didn't happen. If it does happen, cool, the leak was right. It's a cool character. If some other cool character happens instead, Master Chief, Doom Guy, Crash Bandicoot, whatever, just as happy with that. And then, no, the leak wasn't real. So, I'd rather not see a leak here in the 11th hour. If we can avoid one, I'd rather just go in blind, get a surprise at the end, and that's that. Stern Ritter Karama said a Portal for Smash audio leak, Atlas and Peabody. Portal for Smash. Okay, so it would be the two robots from Portal. I'm still assuming audio leaks is probably fake. They're just easy to fake. Rage X Warrior, like escaping the prison, infiltrating the airship, completing the mission, etc., made by Puffed Ball. I meant that. I don't remember what your last thing you said was. I'm sorry, I don't know. Like escaping the prison, infiltrating the airship, completing the mission. I don't remember what you'd said before. I'm sorry. I know you're like donating, and I don't remember. So many conversations and so many things going on in my head. I'm sorry about that. Message me on like Twitter or something afterwards, and I will give you a full response. But I don't remember. Moonlight Ninja, Sora, Conquer, Master Chief, Crash, or Shell, please. Yeah, I mean, I think we all have our lineup of like big characters we'd love to see at the end here. I've kind of named my 4 I'd like to see: Sora, Master Chief, Crash, Doom Guy. I feel like those are the 4 big ones. It's not to say like Phoenix Wright or Hayabusa wouldn't be huge for me. I would love that. There's other characters that are like so personal to me that I'm not even mentioning, but like if they happen to be like, wow, like Gino, for instance. I haven't really talked about him too much, but if he happened, obviously that'd be huge for me. And there's other ones that are just from games I really like that I'm not even thinking about or talking about. If they happen, I'd be really excited. But those 4 that I named, I feel like are the big showstoppers, the hypest ones, objectively, overall, for the majority of people. So I'd love to see that at the end. K-Man00, Captain Flameheart from Sought is the last character. I don't know if I know who that is. Captain Flameheart. I do not know. Yeah, there's a lot of... I know a lot of gaming stuff or whatever, but sometimes, like, just hearing a name, I sometimes don't think... I'm a very visual learning person. If you show me a picture of a character, it's more likely that I'll be able to name their game, name them, and remember something about them, than... Especially typed names. If somebody says the name to me, that might help too with the context, but just, like, typed names of games and characters and stuff sometimes don't instantly ring a bell with me. Oh, Sea of Thieves. Okay, SOT is Sea of Thieves. I don't really play Sea of Thieves. It's rare, right? It's like Rare's current big thing. I have friends who actually play it online and are like really into it. But I do not have. I got a PS4. I did not get. I did not do Xbox this generation. Maybe I'll do that at some point. I mean, I guess I could do a PC or whatever, but. So, yeah, I have not played Sea of Thieves. I've heard it's good, and again, I have friends who play it like online with each other and tell me about it sometimes, but I'm not kind of into it. Big John No 2, how many Mii costumes am I expecting? Hopefully a solid, at least the 6, the full. I think 6 is the full amount that we've gotten ever. It'd be great if we got like way more than that. It was like 10, like it was a big ending amount of Mii costumes. Tomorrow's going to be weird because it's going to be like, you might want your character to be a Mii costume. Like you might want your character to at least be in the game in some form at the end here. So I don't know how many I'm actually expecting though. They have kind of Mii costumes feel like such a unfortunately underutilized, kind of like the Echo Fighters. Like I thought once the Sans Deluxe happened, we'd get a deluxe every single Mii wave, and we haven't. I know it's a fan term, but we haven't even gotten the full amount of Miis with every fighter. The full amount that we've seen in the Mii Fighter Wave, I think being 6. We haven't even gotten that every fighter, so, you know, they feel a little underutilized, but hopefully at the end we get a bunch at the end. And I also kind of hope that they're not all from whatever, like the same series as the character, like with Sephiroth, it was all Square stuff. Like I hope it's kind of like the last one with Kazuya, that it's like a bunch of stuff, just so more fan favorite characters can get some representation in this game before it's over. It would be rough if Sakurai starts the presentation with the Mii fighters and then does the trailer, because it'll be deconfirmation after deconfirmation after deconfirmation. I could almost see that happening too, because if you save the Mii fighters for later, then you know you have your character reveal, and then you're just kind of revealing these extra Mii fighters at the end or whatever. And it's like they're almost character reveals that happened after the last character reveal. It'll probably do it that way, but it does feel a little weird. So if you did it before the final fighter, though, that would be rough, because it would just be all these deconfirmations, and then we get the character. Zombie SCU33 said Monster Hunter Rise male female rep read next Metal Gear or MSG or read next message. Okay, where's the next message? I'm bad at this chat stuff. Sorry. Monster Hunter Rise male female rep read next message. This is from Zombie. Let me see if I can find it. To coincide with the DLC they showed off and the Smash event things with wings, also check out Kenna Bridge of Spirits. It's worth checking out. we did just get a wing event. So I was thinking that meant that we'll probably not, the character probably won't have a wing theme. But hey, maybe. Like I said earlier, Monster Hunter is like, yeah, we have me costumes, but Monster Hunter has so many, like, the protagonist is so changeable that we could still get like a Monster Hunter and have Monster Hunter Mii's as well and just be like, yep. It's kind of like we got Heihachi, but it didn't take, there's tons of Tekken characters. You can still get Tekken. We got Kazuya, so I don't know. Capcom does feel kind of missing from getting a playable character. Monster Hunter is big. Speaking of the Wings event, though, it is weird. I talked about this in my last video that we have yet to get a sword or blade event. Does kind of feel like the last character could potentially have a sword. I don't know if that would mean they were saved so the event happened afterwards so they could be part of it, or if they actually, swords in some way are a big part of them. Master Chief would be the type where, like, or Doomslayer, where they have a sword so they could be part of the event, so maybe they save the event so they could be part of it. But as far as characters that seem plausible to get as the final character that could have it as their theme, the new Shin Megami Tensei character has like a blade, I think, but I don't know if blades would be their theme. You'd save it for them in that way. And then Sora with the key blade. Actually, blades make a lot of sense to be his event, honestly, because key blades are such a big part of Kingdom Hearts. So to have a blade event for his key blade, that's one of the few characters that I can actually think of that make sense to hold off the sword event, if there even is a sword event. But it feels like we should have one just with how many characters use swords. And you just call it a blade event and it fits the Keyblade. Ring Rather, do you think that after the release of the next console, we're more likely to see a Smash port rather than a new game and get more modes, characters? Yeah, I kind of talked about this before. I don't know what's more likely, but what I would want would be Smash Ultimate Deluxe with all the DLC packaged in, and then maybe add more of that, either fix the online or Fighter Pass 3 or something. That would be what I'd want to see from this series more so than a new iteration. Even if that's a year or 2 years down the road and Smash Ultimate Deluxe comes out, I'd rather see that. Especially if there is like let's say we get a new Switch, like a 4K. I know Nintendo's been kind of shooting down these rumors, but I think they just want their OLED Switch to sell before ever announcing anything even close to this. But if there's like a 4K Switch happening at some point in the future, maybe they'd make it Smash Ultimate. It's upgraded to 4K, all the DLCs included. And then maybe they'd even add another DLC to that game, the deluxe game or whatever, for some upgraded Switch or something. I'd probably rather see that. The Fleshmaster said, first time in stream, enjoying it. I'm about to get up early to watch. I've been hoping Sora since Ultimate came out. If so, I'll be hype. Yeah, I mean, I think Sora has trended every single time a Smash character reveal has happened. Sora has been a character people have wanted since Brawl, and just seemed kind of impossible. And it's like we've been slowly working towards it being a possible character to get. It would obviously please the East and the West. Sora might be the best character they could end off on, objectively speaking. I don't know if I'd want Sora or Crash or Doomguy or Master Chief, who I'd want the most out of all those. I'd want them for different reasons, which I've talked about all of them. But Sora being as big as Sora is would be an amazing finale. So yeah, it would be cool to get. And Kingdom Hearts has that like epicness to it that kind of the World of Light has, and Smash kind of tries to have and stuff like that with its music and just its style and its big giant crossover, alternate dimension hopping kind of aspects to Kingdom Hearts. Just feels very fitting for a finale for Smash. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but yeah, it would be really cool. All right, well, it is 1:30 a.m. This is when I said I was going to end this thing. So I guess I'm gonna end the stream here. So hopefully we get somebody really cool tomorrow. Hopefully, I don't know if it's the character you guys want. If it's a character. Actually, I'll wait. I'm saying this, but I'll wait till their match is done, and I'll close out the arena and everything, and then kind of close up this video. So what about the Crash 5-year plan leak? Yeah, I mean, that was always up in the air of whether, like, the 5-year plan definitely existed, but whether or not it said Crash is coming to Smash was always dubious. We didn't know. Maybe it turns out real. Crash is the last character. I mean, he'd make a great final character. He fits that original kind of purpose of Smash, to have these mascots from different games fighting each other finally, that we'd like to see. And that's Nintendo versus Sega versus PlayStation, Mario versus Sonic versus Crash. Is perfect. So yeah, maybe. All right, I'm gonna end this this lobby here, this arena, and then so sorry for everybody playing in the lobby, and thank you for everybody who popped in, whether you're aware this was a stream or not. Thanks for giving us some background, some in the background to look at here. All right. So yeah, I guess I did call this a prediction video. So I will go with Sora as my prediction. I've been talking about Sora the whole time. I said Sora would make a really good ending. I don't know if it's Sora for sure. I have no idea who it's going to be at the end. And I don't know if the Sora leak's real or fake or whatever, but hey, I've been the leak and speculation guy. Might as well go with the potential leak at the end. Say Sora sounds like a very strong final character. So I'll say, I think it's probably Sora. See what happens. But it's not a super, like, I don't know. I have no idea who it is. Master Chief, could be Crash Bandicoot, could be Doom Guy, could be any million other characters. Doesn't have to be somebody even very hype. I have no idea. But let's hope it's somebody hype. And yeah, a few more hours left if you want to speculate characters, dream about your characters. This is the time to do it, and then we will see who it is tomorrow morning. I'll stream again in the morning, probably a little bit before Sakurai's presentation, so we'll be able to talk stuff right beforehand. And there we go. All right, well, thanks for watching the stream tonight, guys, and I'll see you guys in the morning for the reveal.